is swung on and hit in the air to right field deep. And you can't forget about this one. Blaze Salter hits number 5, and the Newport Gulls retake the lead.
This is the Newport Gulls pregame show, live from Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island.
Gone! A grand slam! Drew power, right tower power, and the Gulls walk off in the 15th inning!
Coming up, interviews, stats, standings, lineups, and a whole lot more.
Tomas steps in the back for one out, throws to first, it is in time, a double play.
And that one is gone! Joe and Abner!
A high drive, left field deep. Bolzano going back, looking up. This ball is a two-run homer. P.J. Jones hits it out.
Stay tuned. The pregame show begins now on the NECBL Broadcast Network. In his second season covering Newport Gulls baseball, here's play-by-play broadcaster Dave Peck.
For the sixth time in team history, Newport will square off against the Wareham Gatemen in this NECBL Cape Cod League interleague matchup. Dave Peck here at Spillane Field in Wareham, Massachusetts. Though it won't count for the official NECBL standings, the Gulls look to win their second consecutive game after they defeated the Mystic Schooners in yesterday's home opener by a score of 14-10. An 11-run second inning paced the Newport offense, and they were led by the Arizona State product Cole Austin, who had a 4-for-5 day with a home run, as well as a 4-for-5 day from the Seminole State product in Dalton Reed. This will be the sixth matchup between the two teams. Currently, Newport leads the head-to-head series 3-1 with a tie in their last meeting by a score of 5-5. That came exactly 3 years ago on June 7th, 2015. It's the Gulls and it's the Wareham Gatemen here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. It is time for the Broadcasters Roundtable. Dave Peck alongside Newport Gulls color commentator Aram Layton and Newport Gulls field reporter Nick Bello. Aram, we'll start with you. A 14-10 victory over the Schooners yesterday, 11 runs in that second inning.
Well, it was a huge bounce back from 18 strikeouts in the loss to New Bedford on Tuesday. They had 8 straight hits in that second inning, 11 runs in one inning. It's a huge bounce back. They had the same approach, but I think Signor, the starter for Mystic, was all over the plate, throwing a lot of strikes, and that aggressive approach they had in the first game that actually did them in ended up working in their favor. And
actually, Mystic came back, cut it to within 2 at one point. Newport was able to put up 2 runs to extend it to 4 in the bottom of the 8th inning. What does that tell you about this team? It's early, but what do you have to say about that?
Well, it was impressive because baseball is a game of momentum, and we felt the momentum shift Mystic's way as they scored 6 unanswered runs, continued to score for 4 straight innings. You thought maybe this was going to be a ball game again, and then right away in the 8th inning, Newport was able to get a couple runs back and kind of take the wind out of their sails, and it was all they needed to hold on to the lead at the end.
Nick, we'll volley it over to you now. This is a Cape Cod League NECBL exhibition matchup, but it matters for a lot of reasons. What do you think the mindset for the Gulls should be going into this game?
Definitely winning the game, because this shows, because a lot of these guys probably didn't get invited to the Cape Cod League. The Cape Cod League is one of the biggest stages in summer college baseball, and a lot of these guys didn't get invited to the Cape Cod League. So I think the mindset is, go out and beat them and show them why you were the best choice for this team.
Now, we've seen 2 games so far for Newport. 1-1 record. They had a 14-10 win yesterday. They lost 5-4 in opening night versus New Bedford. What have you seen so far from the team that's impressed you?
I think this is a team with tremendous talent. I mean, last night's game really showed what they had with a lot of home runs, a great pitching debut last night, and this team can really go far this year.
7 games and 7 nights coming up, starting 2 days ago. What can you expect for this team with the depth that they have on the roster?
I think they'll definitely be able to handle those games with their best ability. I mean, they have a lot of good talent on this team, a lot of strong pitchers, a lot of strong batters. So, I mean, this 7-game stretch for them probably isn't anything new, because these guys have been playing all year round in college. So, I mean, it's not something they can't handle.
Should be a fun matchup here tonight. NECBL versus a Cape Cod League team, the Wareham Gatemen. For Nick Bello and Aram Layton, I'm Dave Peck. The Newport Gulls pregame show continues next, right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
I'm here with Nick Enright, Virginia Tech product pitcher for the Newport Gulls. Nick, how did it feel in your first outing 2 nights ago with the Gulls across your chest?
It was a really cool experience. I've heard great things about this place, and it's nice to get that first one under my belt, and looking forward to the summer with it.
And did it feel any different pitching in college all year, and now you go and pitch in a summer collegiate league? How did it feel to get on the mound with a different jersey on?
I mean, it's always exciting. You know, I like to always think it's the same 60 feet 6 inches wherever I am, but it's really cool to play up here in this environment. You know, with a bunch of different guys, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, speaking of different guys, most of you guys have never met, maybe not even played together at all. What have you been doing to get acclimated now that it's early in the season?
I mean, just talking to guys and trying to figure out, you know, what some guys' quirks are and things like that. The thing that's really nice is I got to throw to Harvey, and he's someone who I've actually played with since I was 10, 11 years old. So, in a sense, it's, you know, I'm playing with a bunch of new guys, but as a pitcher, the guy who I'm working with the most is someone I've known my entire life. So, that makes it a little bit easier.
Well, speaking of guys' quirks, I've heard that you are the most animated on the team. Is there anyone else that might rival you for that title?
We've got a guy named Shep who from Georgetown who he's a little out there, and then Russ and Augie are probably going to end up throwing down in the next couple days. But other than that, for the most part, some guys are probably still a little bit in their shell, but they'll probably come out soon.
Well, thank you, Nick Enright, Aram Layton here. We will be back with the pregame show on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
It is time for the Coach's Corner here. I am alongside second-year coach for the Gulls. Back in '06, you were here. Gregory Grawl. Coach, how are we doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. So you have had over 30 years of experience at the professional level coaching. What are some of the things you took away baseball-wise up there at the professional level?
Well, you know, a lot of these, what we're trying to develop here is there's a lot of things as far as not just the physical abilities of what these kids do, but also how they go about their business and the routines. And this is an important part when you get at those levels, that you'll know that they have those specific things such as, you know, routines and how they go about their business, and that's a big part of that game.
From a coaching perspective, how different is your coaching technique from when you're up there to here, treating the players and how you talk with them? Is it any different at all?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because you know, when you go at a big league level, they tell you what to look for, and things that they know that they've already. Then when you're at the lower levels, then you're more of a guidance to them, and hopefully they take a couple things that you've developed and think that might help them. And our bottom line is that we try to put them in the best position to succeed, and that's the whole thing. But on the big league level, I mean, you'll get guys, they'll say, hey, instead of you telling them, they'll say, hey, watch this, and that's what you do.
Out of all those guys, you know, 30-plus years, you must have seen some studs up there at the major level. Who were a couple that you coached when you were there?
Well, I had Adam Dunn, who was Edwin Ocarcian. I've had, you know, I mean, and obviously with the Red Sox, the whole brigade there. So, I mean, there's been so many and things, and not only on that end, I was also in the bullpen. So I've had a lot of all-stars, Andrew Miller and Mark Melanson, Jake Arrieta when I was with Baltimore, and quite a few. And it's interesting to see all of them have their own, you know, different things. And that's what's different here too at the college level. A lot of times you'll see a lot of the same repetitive things that they do in the program, where at the pro level everybody figures out what they do best for them, and that's how, you know, that's how we got to go about our business.
Now, I understand you have a ring with the Red Sox. What was that experience like, being a part of that championship team?
Well, it's one of those things where it's, you know, you can't get any better. So I don't know how much more explaining that, but you know, it's always good to have accomplishment at the end, and I think it's no better way to go about business than at the end of things you've known that you've put your whole heart and effort in it, and everybody's come together, and you know, that's the happy thing.
Only 2 games in here in Newport for the 2018 season, but what are some of the things you've seen from the team that you are impressed with?
I've been impressed with all the kids. You know, they've all got their things, and what's neat about it is actually even from 2006 to now, you're starting to see kids knowing what things they're looking for, so they go on to the next levels. And I think that's exciting because, you know, I think before it was a big curve. You know, once they got from college to the pro level, and now they're starting to mix it in a little bit better so they can develop a little bit better and quicker. As you can see in the big leagues, a lot of guys, they don't, you know, it's in 3 or 4 years, some of those guys are in the big leagues.
Now, on the bus, I won't say what was said on the bus, you know, because whatever goes on there, stays on there. But Grawleyisms, is that something that we're going to be able to get used to every away game?
Yeah, every away game and home game actually, and I've started this probably since 1995, and through when I was with the Reds, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Boston, and everywhere else. And it's just, you know what, a lot of times people don't understand. You know what, you got to have fun in this game, and I think that's a point that people, yeah, when you're at the professional level, and especially at the big league, it's business. But you know what? All in all, you got to go about and enjoy what you're doing, and that's what I go about, and I want to instill that to these kids.
Best of luck this season, Coach. Coach Greg Grawl of the Newport Gulls, Dave Peck. The Gulls and the Wareham Gatemen are next here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Here at Spillane Field in Wareham, Massachusetts, as we have an interleague matchup between the Newport Gulls and the Wareham Gatemen. Dave Peck alongside my broadcast partner, Aram Layton, getting you set for baseball here in game number 6 between the Gulls and the Wareham Gatemen, and it should be a good one as I welcome in my broadcast partner. Aram, how are we doing today?
It's always exciting to see interleague play kind of going like this. The Gulls have had success against Wareham in the past with a 3-1-1 record. What do you expect today from the Gulls, Dave?
You know, it's going to be a close game, I would think, but aren't they all even in the NECBL? We saw last night an 11-run second inning for Newport, but it turned into quite the barn burner. Mystic scratching and clawing their way back into the game. They scored 2 runs in the 3rd, 2 runs in the 5th, a run in the 6th, 3 in the 7th, and 2 in the 8th to really get it to a 12-10 game before Newport was able to get those last 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. So it just goes to show in summer baseball, really anything can happen. And credit the Gulls there. They were able to put up those last 2, and that is a sign of a good team moving forward.
Absolutely. You know, baseball is totally a game of momentum, as we were saying earlier in the pregame show, and the Gulls lost a lot of momentum there, giving up 6 straight runs. All of a sudden, you think 11 runs usually is enough when you're up 11-1 to start the game. You usually think that's enough to coast into the end of the game, but they slowly saw Mystic crawling back into the game, and before you knew it, it was a 2-run game. But the Gulls, like you said, bounced back in the bottom of the 8th, got those insurance runs, and that was enough to put Mystic away.
The Gulls improved to 1-1 on the season, 14-10 win. Again, 11 runs in that second inning. It was Dalton Reed and Cole Austin pacing the offense for Newport. Both 4 for 5 with home runs each to their name. How about that from both those guys?
Well, both of them did not get cheated on those home runs either. You know, Cardines Field, you can get away with some home runs that might not be gone anywhere else, but both Cole Austin and Dalton Reed hit those balls, I'd like to guess, over 400 feet to dead center field. And Dalton Reed, as we've seen, does not get cheated. In batting practice, he puts on a show. He was just putting balls out to right, and it wasn't even close how far he was clearing the fence by. And it's deep out here as we see 330 down the lines, 412 to dead center. And Dalton Reed does not get cheated, and I'm excited to see him take his cuts tonight.
Honestly, one of the most impressive things for Newport was that all 9 batters in the lineup crossed home plate. 8 of 9 got hits. So really the offense going everywhere and every way in the right direction here for Newport early on. It's the Gulls and the Gatemen in this interleague matchup between the NECBL team and the Cape Cod team. We will be right back after this brief message right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Every MLB organization at McKenzie Stadium, Holyoke, Massachusetts. Visit asg18.necbl.com for more information. Listen up, final. This
As we welcome you back to the broadcast booth after the national anthem, we'll take you through the visiting Newport Gulls lineup. Dylan Plew leading things off. He's from Washington State, playing second base today. Cole Austin behind him, playing right field, the Arizona State product. In the 3 hole is Cody Hosey playing third from Tulane. The designated hitter, Dalton Reed, is in the 4 spot from Seminole State. Dylan Clunan is batting fifth, playing left field from Miami. In the 6 hole, Zach Hogeson, he's in center today from Arizona State. Logan Harvey, the Wake Forest product, is playing first base. He's batting seventh. And batting eighth is Jack Ethings from Fairfield University. He is at shortstop. Rounding out the Newport lineup today is John Mazza, the catcher from Northeastern. And they will face off against Gus Culpo here for the Gatemen. And at Orange Coast College this past season, Culpo made 13 appearances. He had a 3-0 record, 2 saves in 30.1 innings pitched, giving up 13 earned runs on 27 hits. He struck out 38, walked 14, and his overall earned run average was 3.86. Take you through the defensive alignment real quick for the Gatemen. Playing third today is Austin Shenton. Shortstop is Brian Dempsey. Second baseman Oliver Dunn. First base is Luke Roskamp. And the outfield left to right, Frank Gregoire, Dominic Clementi, and Eric Gilgenbach. Behind the plate today is Mike Amditis catching for Gus Culpo, and the designated hitter is Zach Collins. So we're just about set for baseball here. The weather in Wareham, Massachusetts, it's not too bad. 61 degrees, 0% chance of precipitation. Winds 12 miles per hour, and they'll be blowing from left field to right field across the diamond today. Temperature is getting probably around 55 degrees as the game goes on, but it looks like we're just about set here. Newport wearing their black tops, white pants with Newport written in blue outlined in orange across the chest, and the Gatemen wearing their red tops with Wareham in white written across the chest, gray pants, and red piping down the side as the first batter of the ball game, Dylan Plew, digs in from the left side. Here's the first pitch from Culpo, and it's a fastball taken low, ball 1. 6:32, the time of the first pitch here between the Gatemen and the Gulls. 1-0 from Culpo. That fastball catches the lower half of the zone, 1-1. Culpo from the windup. Here's the 1-1 offering. Another fastball. That one misses low as well. 2 balls and 1 strike. So 3 straight fastballs, and he's been all low in the zone so far.
Well, Culpo doesn't seem like a velocity guy. Looks like he tries to just get outs based on contact. He's not going to blow by anybody. He's trying to get some ground balls, and unfortunately for himself, he's not getting ahead in the count here. And see if he tries and settle in. I'm expecting Plew to sit on a fastball here. 2-1
fastball misses low again, so 3 balls and 1 strike here to the Washington State product. Plew was 1 for 5 with a run and 2 RBIs. He hits this one on the right side. Second baseman Dunn moves to his left, scoops it up, flips it to first, 1 gone. So he's able to induce the ground ball, and that's what happens when you are a low ball pitcher. Right there, peppering the lower part of the zone, and he gets Plew to ground out.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 9, Cole Austin.
And that'll bring up Cole Austin, who had himself quite the day yesterday. 4 for 5, 3 singles, and home run as he fouls that first pitch off, 0-1. 0-1 pitch, jammed him. This one slicing down the right field line, gets up and out of play. So quickly down 0-2 is Austin. 3 RBI yesterday, 2 runs scored. In the hit parade for Newport against Mystic. Here's the 0-2. That one a breaking ball, lined into center field. Going back is Clementi. He's got a beat on it. He makes the catch. Nice job there from the U-Michigan product, Dominic Clementi, to put down Austin. 2 gone.
Well, as we were saying earlier, there's a lot more space to work with in the outfield here in Wareham. Those balls are going to carry, but there's a lot more space. It could be a good and bad thing for these Newport Gulls.
Yeah, you got a good read on it, and one thing, especially with these hitters, they get a lot of backspin on their balls. That's just something at the Division I level that they can do. So when in doubt, first step back, and it's going to carry. Nice job there from Clementi as Hosey digs in from the right side and takes ball 1 off the plate.
Well, we saw the ball carry very well yesterday. It'll be interesting to see how it carries out here today.
Wind 12 miles per hour, like we said, blowing from left to right across the diamond. Copo from the windup. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses low and in, 2-0. Here's the delivery. Fastball, pop fly, shallow center field. Clemente coming in. Reaches up, makes the catch to retire the side, so Newport goes down 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. We'll be right back for the Gatemen's first at-bats here in Wareham, Massachusetts. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Newport Gulls baseball right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Bottom of the first inning here in Wareham, Massachusetts. Still no score for the home team Gatemen lineup. Here is Aram Lee and Aram.
Leading off for the Gatemen is Oliver Dunn out of Utah playing second base. Second at bat is Isaac Collins out of Creighton. He'll be DHing tonight. Third is Dominic Clemente playing center field out of Michigan. Cleanup is Austin Shelton playing third out of Florida International University. Batting fifth and playing right is Eric Gilgenbach out of Notre Dame. Following him is Luke Roskam playing first out of Nebraska. Then Brian Dempsey playing shortstop out of Boston College. Then Mike Amditis, the catcher, out of Miami. And then rounding it out is Frankie Gregor out of Marist.
And they will face Tyler Madison, the right-handed pitcher, 6'4", 225 from Bryant University. And in his freshman campaign up there in Smithfield, Rhode Island, he had a 5-2 record, tied for second in wins on the team. 14 appearances, made 7 starts, and pitched in 53 flat innings, which was fourth. Held on to a 3.40 earned run average, second for the Bulldogs. So the first batter, Oliver Dunn, digs in from the left side. Here's the first pitch from Madison, and it's in there for strike one.
It'll be interesting to see how Madison goes after these hitters. His one issue during the season this past year was his control. He did walk 21 batters in just 53 innings. He did have 53 strikeouts to go with 53 innings as well.
On one pitch, chopper to the right side, and it's the second baseman, Plew, dives, gets up. The throw, though, is not in time. Nice play there from Plew, but just couldn't get up in time. It would have been an extraordinary play, but it'll be a single and a leadoff one at that for Dunn. The defensive alignment real quick for the Gulls. Cody Hosey at third, Jack Gethings at shortstop, Dylan Plew, the second baseman, Logan Harvey at first, outfield left to right, Dylan Clunan, Zach Hogeson, and Cole Austin. John Mazza's doing the catching. Runner on first, here's Isaac Collins from Creighton as he fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Collins, 5'11", 180 from Maple Grove, Minnesota. And this season he batted .266, started in all 50 games. As Madison works now from the stretch. Here's the 0-1, and it's grounded left side right near the Newport dugout. Foul, 0-2. He had 53 hits, 11 doubles, 4 triples, and 2 home runs, along with 24 RBI. Batting here today in the 2-hole. This is the first time that the Gatemen have taken the ball field here in 2018. 0-2 fastball, that one missing just inside, 1-2.
Well, both teams are missing a few players. You still have some players playing in the college playoffs right now. Is Vanderbilt still in? That's where Jason Gonzalez is of the Gulls. There's a few players from the Gatemen still playing, as well as some USA players as well on that team.
Certainly a lot of talent as Madison goes to first to check on Dunn. Nothing doing. Still no score here in Wareham. NECBL Cape Cod League interleague action here tonight. Here's the 1-2. Dunn is off on the play. That one stroked into right field. Going back is Austin at the fence, at the wall, and it's gone right off the light post out there in right field. A 2-run shot for Isaac Collins, and just like that, Wareham is on the board early. So he wasted no time. He saw a 1-2 pitch, and it was just a little bit too much over the plate. Madison paid for that one. Really just had a lot on it. And certainly no play out there for Austin. 2-0 here. Gatemen on top in the bottom of the first.
Now batting for the Gatemen, the center fielder, number 13, Dominic Clementi.
So still nobody out, nobody on now as Dominic Clementi digs in. Bats from the left side, a junior at the University of Michigan. First pitch from Madison, misses low.
Clementi hit an impressive 368 this season, reaching base almost half the time at a 485 clip. Really good year for Michigan in the Big Ten.
Batting in the 3-hole for a reason. Madison trying to get the first out as Clementi fouls that one off his foot, 1-1. Bryant University this year, 32-23-1 overall. They were 21-7 in the Northeast Conference, as the 1-1 was fouled over the John H. Wild press box behind the plate, 1-2. In the NEC tournament, they beat the number 4 Mount St. Mary's 18-3, and then lost 21-6, eliminated by LIU Brooklyn. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike 3, and Clementi knew it. First strikeout of the day, first out here in the bottom of the first inning.
Now batting for the Gatemen, the third baseman, number 21, Austin Shelton.
On the 1-2 pitch, he goes to the breaking ball and really froze up Clementi. That'll bring up Austin Shenton from Florida International University. He bats from the left side as well, so a lot of lefty batters here as Madison spikes that first curveball 1-0.
Shenton, an all-conference USA player for FIU this year, enjoyed a really impressive season as well.
Batted .344. 1-0 pitch, that one misses low as well. 2 balls and no strikes here to Shenton. 73 hits, 11 doubles, 9 home runs. A lot of power in this Gateman lineup. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one is popped up foul down the left field line, out of play. Dave Peck alongside R.M. Layton here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. A special game here between the Gatemen and the Gulls.
It's always fun when you can venture out of the league and test yourself against what's considered some of the best competition in the country.
2-1 pitch. That one misses low. 3 balls and 1 strike, and you're absolutely right. This is such a good test, and for all these guys here, a lot are younger in their college experience, but maybe someday they will be there playing in the Cape Cod League. Newport does have a 3-1-1 record head-to-head against the Gatemen. The 3-1 curveball is swung on, check swing, but he went around, says home plate umpire, so we got a full count here to Shenton.
Well, we've seen a lot of former Gulls go on to play in the Cape Cod League. It seems to be a little bit of a feeder sometimes in that regard.
To have a 3-1-1 record against this team, though, that says something about Newport and the talent that they put out onto the field year after year.
Absolutely, and it's only an exhibition game, but it's a game that you can tell the Gulls really do want to win every year.
3-2 pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts there for Madison, and there are 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. Gatemen lead it 2-0 after the 2-run home run from Isaac Collins. But there are 2 gone, and here comes Eric Gilgenbach, senior at Notre Dame. He bats from the right side. Gilgenbach, 6'2", 205, swings through the first pitch, 0-1. From Rochester Hills, Minnesota, graduate of Stony Creek High School. Madison from the windup, the 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses outside, 1-1. Gilgenbach was the ACC All-Academic team in 2017. 1-1, breaking ball misses low, 2-1.
We talked about the power that this Gateman lineup boasts. Gilgenbach had 10 home runs this past season as well.
Pretty much everybody across the board is up there in home runs. 2-1 fastball is outside, so a 3-1 count, and Madison has had to work. A lot of long counts here in the past 3 batters for the Gatemen.
Well, as we said earlier, control can sometimes be an issue. It's got to be important for him to get ahead of these batters.
Madison from the windup, leg kick and the delivery. That one is in there for strike 2. Nice breaking ball, and Gilgenbach took a step towards first. But it will be a full count here to the Notre Dame product. Here's the pitch. That one is lined down the left field line into the netting, about 10 feet to the left of us, but foul. So we'll reset and do it again. The crowd here at Spillane Field shuffling in to see this exhibition matchup between the Gulls and the Gatemen. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball popped up. That one foul over the Gatemen dugout down the first base line. So a nice battle here from Gilgenbach. The Gatemen, in their history, 7 championships in 1976, 1988, 94, 97, 01, 02, and 2012 was their last one. So a winning history here in Wareham. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fastball just misses outside. It is the first walk of the ball game for Madison. And the Gatemen extend this inning, leading it 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. But there are 2 outs. That'll bring up Luke Roskam, the junior out of the University of Nebraska. Roskam, 6'2", 218, from Chaska, Minnesota. Major in criminology and criminal justice. Madison back to the stretch. Here's the first pitch to Roskam, and it's swung on and foul tip back to the backstop, 0-1. Roskam sporting the red cleats, red batting gloves, and the all-black bat. Madison comes to the set, sets the glove at the belt. Leg kick and the delivery, and that fastball is taken for strike 2. Nice pitch there for Madison. Takes a long look in, gets the sign from Mazza. Now comes to the top, leg kick and the offering. That fastball's in there for strike 3, and Roskamp goes down looking. So the 3 outs in the inning were all by way of the K, but the Gatemen get 2 off the 2-run home run from Isaac Collins. They lead it 2-0 as we head to the top of the second inning. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Newport Gulls baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Hip, hip.
As we head to the top of the second, 2-0, the home team, Wareham Gatemen on top right now, as it'll be Dalton Reed, Dylan Clunan, and Zach Hogeson, 4, 5, and 6, part of this Newport lineup due up for the first time.
Now batting
Goes
for the
Culpo
Gulls,
back out on the hill.
hitter number 29, Dalton Reed.
And Dalton Reed has been something special so far this year, as he swings through the first pitch from Culpo, 0-1.
Well, we talked about the home run he hit last night to dead center. He did that all year this spring with 18 home runs at junior college.
A 1 breaking ball misses low to even things up at 1-1.
Dalton Reed now committed to Kentucky, where he'll play next year.
Here's the pitch. That one is launched deep to right center field, and it's Gilgenbach going back, looks up, and it's gone right under the scoreboard. A right center field home run, his second on the year, and back-to-back nights for Dalton Reed. How about that? It's 2-1 Wareham, but the Gulls are charging.
Well, there's the home run I was talking about.
Just as you said it, Dalton Reed in back-to-back nights gets a home run. He takes that 1-1 fastball that was middle in and launches it into right center field to cut the lead in half. And that's the kind of spark you need when you're going up against this team after they hit a 2-run home run. Show them that you can do it as well, as Clunan takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Certainly helps the confidence. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball just on the outside corner. Called for strike number 1.
Well, absolutely. When you give up 2 runs in the first inning like that, to get one back does a lot for the team's confidence, like you
Colpo
said.
working quickly, and he delivers a strike there. Check swing from Clunan, didn't matter. Just on the lower part of the zone. Colpo wearing the stirrups. He's got the navy blue socks. Pants high. Here's the 1-2 from the windup. And it's in there, called strike 3. Clunan goes down looking for out number 1 here in the top of the second inning.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 38, Zach.
First strikeout of the ball game there for Colpo. That'll bring up Zach Hogeson. On the year, he's batting 125 as he swings through that first pitch, 0-1. Hogeson from Arizona State. And in yesterday's game versus the Schooners, he was 1 for 4, 2 runs and an RBI. The 0-1 pitch, fastball just a little outside, 1-1. Colpo slowing things down, leg kick and the delivery now, and he blows that one by Hogeson. Couple of big swings here. He's trying to pull the ball into right field.
We've talked about the Gulls' approach so far this season. They've been very aggressive at the plate.
Here's the 1-2. That fastball misses outside. Nice job laying off of it. Looked like it had a little bit more velocity on it, trying to rear back and maybe get him to bite. Gets the sign from Amditis. Here's the break-even offering. Fastball just a little bit low, so we got a full count here to Hogeson.
It's been interesting seeing the Gulls' aggressive approach. It paid off last night, did not pay off in their first game with 18 strikeouts. And it'll be interesting to see how it pays off in the third game now tonight.
Definitely keep an eye out on that as the 3-2 is swung through for strike 3 back-to-back Ks for Gus Colpo, and there are 2 down here in the second.
Now batting, the first baseman, number
2-1,
4.
Gatemen on top.
Harvey.
2 down, nobody on here for Newport in the top of the second. Logan Harvey due up for the first time as he digs into the right-handed batter's box. Harvey playing first base today. He's been the catcher in the first 2 games for the Gulls as he swings through that low curveball 0-1. And again, a lot of low pitches that Newport's trying to scoop up. Looks like they might be pulling out a little bit. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That changeup misses off the plate, 1-1.
Well, as we said, Colpo's going to pitch to contact. In the first inning, all 3 outs were via contact, no strikeouts. And it seems like he's going to be doing that, keeping his pitch count low and making these Gulls hitters get themselves out.
Yeah, he's working quite efficiently. 1, 2, 3 in the first. And besides that home run, he's been sharp. As the 1-1 pitch is fouled to the backstop, 1-2. Harvey in yesterday's game was 1 for 4 with a run and an RBI. He walked once and struck out 2 times. Looking to extend this inning. Dalton Reed with the solo home run to start it off. Now there are 2 down as that fastball misses high to even things up at 2 apiece. Reed has been fun to watch, and you can understand why he is committed to the University of Kentucky. Here's the 2-2. Fastball, good take there from Harvey, full count. Colpo with the tan glove, sets it right at the belt here, now works from the windup. High leg kick, here's the 3-2 pitch, and it's popped up, shallow right field. It's Gilgenbach coming in on it, reaches up and makes the grab to retire the side, but the Gulls cut the lead in half off the solo home run from Dalton Reed. It's now 2-1 Gatemen as we head to the bottom of the second inning. You're listening to Newport Gulls baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. As we welcome you back here to Spillane Field in Wareham, Massachusetts, Dave Peck alongside Aram Layton bring you this interleague matchup between the Gulls from the NECBL and the Gatemen from the Cape Cod League. Of course, this game will not count towards either official standings, but it's always fun to see how you stand up against teams from a different league. And right now we have a nice ball game here. Couple of long balls. That's all there is to say on the scoreboard, though.
Well, when we looked at the statistics from the spring on both of these teams going into the game, I think we could have expected a few long balls, but I didn't expect 2 so early.
Yeah, Reed with his second long ball of the season in back-to-back nights. Also had a 2 RBI single in the first game against New Bedford. First pitch swung on and fouled back from Brian Dempsey, the junior at Boston College. It was Isaac Collins who had the 2-run shot off Madison in the first inning. And after that, he settled in, struck out Clementi looking, struck out Shenton, and struck out Roskam. One pitch fouled down the right field line out of play.
What's interesting about both pitchers is they've looked relatively sharp besides the 2 mistakes on one pitch.
And that's the thing, you know, when you get to such a level, that can be the case. If you make one mistake, hitters at this level are good enough to recognize it and make you pay. Rarely did they miss it. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one, nice job fouling it off to the backstop from Dempsey. Dempsey, 6 foot, 180 from Potomac, Maryland. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one hit on the ground, left side. It's Gethings who scoops it up, throws it across the diamond, one gone. 6-3 put out if you're keeping track at home.
The catcher, number 24, Michael Adamitis.
That's just the first put out for anybody behind Madison. All 3 outs in the first were strikeouts. So in steps Mike Amditis, the junior at the University of Miami. First pitch from Madison is taken for strike 1. Nice fastball catching the inner half of the plate.
Teammate of goal, Dylan Clunan.
Multiple Hurricanes here represented on the field. 0-1 pitch, slow chopper left side. It's Hosey, scoops it up on the run. Quick transfer and makes the throw. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 11, Frankie Gregoire.
So just 3 pitches in this inning for Madison. Gets 2 groundouts.
Really important for Madison to have a short pitch inning this inning after throwing so many pitches in the first. Nice bounce back inning from Madison right here.
Gregoire digs in for the first time, trying to extend this inning. 2-1, Gatemen on top. First pitch fastball misses outside, 1-0. Gregoire from Marist College. Hometown Simsbury, Connecticut. As the 1-0 runs way inside, he was able to get out of the way to move the count to 2-0. On the year, he batted .282 for Marist. As that one is absolutely launched deep to center field. Hogeson going back, and he's able to track it down right in front of the wall. Nice play there from Hogeson, the Arizona State product, to retire the side. The Gatemen go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second, still lead it 2-1 as we head to the top of the third inning. You're listening to Newport Gulls baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. As we welcome you back here to the ballpark, top of the third inning. And it is a 2-1 ball game here. Gatemen on top, and we have a pitching change. It'll be Tyler Kaiser on the mound, replacing Gus Culpo. So Culpo with a quick outing, just went 2 innings. Kaiser on the hill. Kaiser also a product of the University of Miami. So a lot of Hurricanes on the field today.
52, Tyler Keysor.
As Keysor takes his warm-up pitches. For the Gulls in the inning, it'll be Gethings, Mazza, and Plu, the 8, 9, and 1 part of the lineup. Gethings in yesterday's game was 1 for 3 with a run, an RBI, and walked once. On the year, he's batting .143, 2 hits, or 1 hit rather, 2 runs in 7 at-bats. He's also got 1 RBI. On the year, Newport is batting .286. That is 3rd in the NECBL. Of course, it's still very early. But 286 is just about where they want to be, maybe a little better, but it is certainly better than their 2017 batting stats, where they've had a 247, which was tied for 9th in the league. So here comes Gethings. First pitch is taken low for ball 1. 1-0 from Kezor. That one misses high. 2 balls and no strikes.
Kezor actually pitched this past season at Eastern Florida State College and is now signed to Miami to play for next season.
Here's the 2-0. That one misses low, just brushing Gethings off the plate. So 3 pitches, 3 balls, really not too close. Trying to find his rhythm. Working from the windup, here's the 3-0 pitch. Fastball misses high. Easy take there from Gethings. He's on to the leadoff walk. First walk of the ball game for Kezor. And just the first base runner, if you don't count Reed's home run, where he touched the ball, is the first time they've had somebody on base permanently here in the ball game.
And Gethings is a threat to run at first. 7 stolen bases on the year, second on Fairfield. We saw a little bit of his wheels as he beat out an infield ground ball to the pitcher yesterday.
Here comes John Mazza as he takes ball 1 high, and Mazza is in his first game with the Gulls. He was with Northeastern University, who was 36 in 21. They made it to the NCAA regionals, where they lost to Auburn 13-4 and NC State 9-3. As he lines this one off the glove of Shenton, it rolls into left field. And that was a hard hit line drive, so we'll see what they call it. The official scorekeeper says it is a single. So 1 at bat there for Mazza. And the Gulls have runners on first and second here in the top of the 3rd inning. Jumped all over that one. And that's a good thing to see there for Mazza in his first at bat wearing that Gulls uniform. That'll flip the lineup too. Here comes Dylan Plew for the second time as he's brushed off the plate, 1-0.
Well, after 5 straight balls there, Mazza was sitting dead red.
Was expecting fastball, he got it and hit it hard. Shenton would have been a tough play off his glove, playing the hot corner over there at third. He's on the grass now, possibly expecting bunt. Here it is, and it's gotten down by Plew. Coming into Shenton, fields it, makes the throw to first, and it is in time, but Plew does the job as Gethings advances to third. Mazza now at second with 1 out. But a little small ball here for Mike Coombs' team. That'll bring up Cole Austin. Austin, of course, had the 4-for-5 night yesterday. First pitch, breaking ball. That one misses a little bit inside, 1-0. Austin batting .400 on the year. As the 1-0 pitch misses low. Again, 2 balls and no strikes. First time up, he flew out to Clementi out there in center field. Kezor working from the stretch, and he gets Austin to swing through that fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike now.
Interesting to see what the Gulls can do in these situations, especially in an exhibition game. We know they can hit the long ball, but it's important to manufacture runs. You can't always rely on putting it over the wall.
Absolutely. You know, there will be some close games, especially down the stretch here in the NECBL. The 2-1 misses low and inside. And to be able to score runs a different way, we saw the home run, of course, from Reed earlier in this game, and the 11-run inning for the Gulls in yesterday's game. But situationally, how are they going to be able to manufacture runs? Nice job getting the bunt down from Plew to get these 2 runners in scoring position. We'll see what Austin can do here as he swings through that fastball. For strike 2, he's got a full count.
Well, speaking of last night's game, I think that's something they did a good job of when Mystic climbed back into the game, was to get those 2 runs back, manufacturing those runs in the 8th.
Yeah, it was Hosey who walked in the 8th inning. As Austin swings through that fastball for strike 3. He's 0 for 2 on the day. The first strikeout of the night for Kezor, and there are 2 down. That'll bring up Cody Hosey.
And Hosey's had some week, homering twice in the first game of the season, then getting drafted in the 35th round by the Royals 45 minutes before game time.
Walked twice in yesterday's game. As he takes ball 1, that one rolls away from Amditis, but not too far, as Gethings stays put at third.
It's a pretty exciting week for him, and it's only Thursday.
Absolutely. I mean, what's going through your head? You get drafted, and then you're going to play a game. You know, so many emotions going through your head. And you can only imagine what decisions he's going to make going forward. As he swings through that 1-0 pitch, foul tipped into the glove, but the count will move to 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, he is a junior, like you said. He has a decision to make whether he wants to go play pro ball or go back for his senior year. It'll be interesting to see what Hosey decides.
Here's the 1-1 change up, just missing low. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Hosey. And in the first game, it was Dalton Reed with the 2 RBI single with 2 outs, and that's something that is huge, especially in these close games. As Hosey fouls that one down the first base line, fouling out of play. But 2-out hitting, especially with runners in scoring position. You get your first 2 guys on. Gethings walked. Mazza gets that hot shot single down into left field. Blue does his job, moves them over into scoring position.
Hey, you really don't want to strand runners on second and third in this situation. If you're Coach Coombs, you can't love that.
2-2 fouled off his foot down the third base line. So we'll keep it right there at 2-2. Hosey on the year, batting .333. 2 for 6 with 3 runs scored. Of course, those 2 solo home runs against New Bedford on opening night. And he's got 2 RBI. The 2-2 pitch, this one chopped up the middle, and it's the shortstop that can't reach it. It rolls into center field. Scoring from third is Gething. It's going to be close at home plate, but Mazza scores from second. It's a 2 RBI single, and just like that, Newport takes a 3-2 lead here in the top of the third inning.
And that's the stuff we're talking about. That's how you win ball games right there. Situational 2-out hitting coming up clutch.
Excellent job there, just on the 2-2 count, getting the bat out in front and putting the wood on it, and it was able to find a hole just out of the reach of Dempsey, who was ranging to his left, but both runners scored. He's got 4 RBI now on the year, as Kiesor goes over to check on him at first. So with 2 outs, and Hosey on first, here's Dalton Reed. First pitch to Reed is fouled over the backstop and on top of the school, 0-1.
Eager to see how he pitches Reed here after Reed just blasted the home run last inning.
A little more velocity maybe from Kiesor than Culpo. Kiesor working from the stretch. Here's the 0-1. That one lined into center field. It'll get down for a hit. Clemente fields it cleanly. But a nice little 2-out rally here for Newport.
I think you can say Dalton Reed is locked in right now.
He is hot. 2 for 2 today in this game. And he is 6 for his last 7. Brief meeting there for Amditis and Kiesor trying to get on the same page. Newport on top, 3-2 here in the top of the third inning. 2 outs. Hosey on second, Reed on first. Here's the first pitch to Clunan, and it misses low, 1-0.
Clunan, a two-way player at Miami. Got most of his playing time in the field, but did throw a few innings for the Hurricanes.
Made a few appearances. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one swung through and missed for strike 1, but a nice swing there for the Miami product. Where's that ankle guard on his right ankle? Here's the 1-1. Change up, check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. So the count will move to 2 balls and 1 strike.
You never think you need one of those ankle guards until you foul one off your shin.
That's exactly right. I mean, when it happens, it hurts. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That fastball just on the low part of the plate for strike number 2. Nice spot there from Kiesor.
You definitely don't forget that feeling.
Kiesor working quickly. Leg kick and the delivery. Fastball misses high and in. Nice stop there from Amditis as it drifted him into that left-handed batter's box.
Important pitch there now as the runners will be on the move.
Full count, 2 outs. Opportunity here for Clunan. And it's taken low for ball 4. So with 2 outs in the inning, Newport has the bases loaded.
Center fielder, number 38, Zach Hogeson.
Second walk of the inning for Kiesor. As in steps Zach Hogeson, he struck out swinging his first time up. This would be absolutely huge if Newport can add to this one-run lead, all with 2 outs. First pitch swinging, that line down the right field line, but it is just foul, about 5 feet to the right of the right field line, so it's 0-1. The inning started off with the walk for Gethings, and Mazza had the single. And Plew with the sacrifice bunt. Austin struck out, but Hosey with that 2 RBI single. And then Reed with the single and Clunan with the walk. As he pops this one into shallow right field, Gilgenbach is able to reach up and make the play to retire the side. But Newport gets 2 more. They leave 3 runners on, no errors for the Gatemen. But the Gulls lead it 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. You're listening to Newport Gulls baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. 3-2, the Gulls are on top of the Gatemen here as we move to the bottom of the 3rd inning. And some nice situational hitting there in the top of the frame. The sacrifice bunt after the first 2 men got on. And then Cody Hosey, as we talked about him getting drafted just a few minutes, 45-ish, before yesterday's game. He gets the 2 RBI single. Madison back out on the hill to face the leadoff man in Dunn, who takes ball 1 low. Dunn had a single to lead things off in the first. 1-0 pitch, fouled up and out of play over the Newport dugout down the 3rd baseline. 1 ball and 1 strike, and he was driven in, of course, by the 2-run home run from Isaac Collins. Those are the 2 runs that Wareham has gotten on the board here tonight. 1-1 pitch, fastball fouled down the left field line again, so count will move to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Crowd shuffling in here at Spillane Park. Just an exhibition game between the NECBL Gulls and the Cape Cod League Wareham Gatemen. As that one is sliced down the left field line as well, giving chase as Hosey, but it bounces in foul territory. So all 3 of these strikes, the first 2 and then that one right there, have been pretty much in the same spot, maybe a little late on this one.
Well, Madison's been attacking these hitters. He's really settled in after giving up that 2-run shot. Hasn't given up a hit since.
He has been sharp, and we talked about that 1 mistake. So far has been good as this one is hit on the ground towards the right side, and it's under the glove of Plew. It rolls into right field. Dunn takes a turnaround first, but he will
Now
scamper
batting,
back
the designated
after
hitter,
Austin
number
fielded
4,
cleanly. But he's on for the second time today, second single of the ballgame. That'll bring up Isaac Collins, of course, had the 2-run shot in the first inning. We'll see how Madison wants to pitch at him here, working from the stretch. Long look in. Now comes to the set. First pitch, bunt down the 3rd baseline. Hosey charging, fields it with the bare hand. The throw is not in time. A nice play from Hosey, but good job there from Collins, digging it out down the first baseline. That'll be a single, back-to-back singles for the Gatemen, and they have runners on first and second with nobody out.
13, Dominic Clementi.
And he just snuck that one. You saw Hosey was playing a little bit back there, and he was able to get it down nicely executed there from Collins, showing that he has the long ball and can put it down if he has to as well.
Well, Collins took advantage of that slow infield grass. That ball just died right off the bat. Hosey really had no chance.
Yeah, it was a tough play. He made it pretty cleanly, you know. Nice bare hand and a nice throw, just not in time. As Clementi digs in for the second time and takes ball 1 low. He struck out looking his first time up. Lights are on here at Spillane Field as the sun is going down. The 1-0 pitch, fastball in there for strike 1. Clementi from the University of Michigan will be a junior in the fall of 2018. Waves the bat through the zone a few times. Long pause here from Madison. Now sets the glove at the belt. Takes a look at Dunn at second. Now goes to the plate, and it's hit on the ground towards the right side. Plew scoops it up. Little trouble getting out of his glove, but he makes the play. And there's one gone. Runners
Now
advance
batting,
to second and
baseman,
third.
Number 21, Austin Shenton.
Pretty impressive display of situational hitting by both sides so far. He does his job right there by moving both runners over with only one out.
Yeah, and that's just as good as a bunt, you know. Usually with runners on first and second, you may see batters drop it down. He's able to pull that one towards the right side and do exactly that. Put two runners in scoring position for the number 4 hitter, Austin Shenton. First pitch fastball taken for strike one, and that one had some pop on it. Shenton struck out his first time up on a full count pitch from Madison. 3-2 Newport, but Wareham is threatening. 0-1 fastball misses high, 1-1.
Be interesting to see how Madison pitches Shenton with an open base. Shenton is the lead or the cleanup hitter rather. Does have first base open.
At this level, it seems like everyone can hit, but you're right. We'll see if he wants to be careful as the 1-1 fastball misses high. Easy take there from Shenton. And an interesting infield here. If you see on your screen, it's dirt on the mound and around the plate, but in the infield, it's kind of a gray gravel type thing. And I was talking to one of the players for Wareham earlier on, and he said, you know, a lot of the holes and tracks don't really go away, so you get some weird hops as that curveball misses off the plate. Now 3-1 to Shenton. So as the game goes on and there's more traffic on the base paths, a lot of those divots, as you see Hosey there trying to flatten it out a little bit, playing with the gravel. That'll be something to keep an eye on. 3-2, Newport on top, bottom of the third inning. Runners on second and third, one down. Here's the 3-1 pitch. He bounces that curveball for ball 4. So he was careful with Shenton, and he walks him on that 3-1 curveball.
Right fielder number 9.
Wareham now has the bases
Eric
loaded with one down
Gilgenbach.
for Eric Gilgenbach.
Seemed like one of those situations where when Madison fell behind, he really just didn't want to come into him. Get a fresh count now with the bases loaded.
And with Shenton on first, the double play ball is in order. Harvey playing at the grass there over at first. Gilgenbach had the walk his first time up. First pitch curveball, he bounced that one again. Nice stop there from Mazza. Takes his time, steps out, now digs in. He has the green cleats with the little gold. That'll be for the Fighting Irish as the 1-0 is popped up in the infield. Second baseman Plew takes a few steps back on the edge of the grass, reaches up and makes the play. 2 gone. That's a big out there for Madison.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 19, Luke Roscoe.
So still no runs across here in the inning for Wareham. Leadoff single from Dunn. He's now on third. And then a single for Collins. He's now on second. Both their second hits of the ball game. Clemente grounded out to Plew. Shenton walked, and then Gilgenbach popped out to Plew. So 2 down, bases loaded for Luke Roscam. And he fouls that one up over the press box, 0-1.
Talked about the importance of keeping that pitch count down. Another long inning here for Madison.
Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Roscam struck out looking on 3 pitches his first time up. The junior at the University of Nebraska. Madison comes to the set. Here's the 1-1. Fastball inside. Brushes Roscam off a little bit, but he's able to get out of the way. 2-1. No action in either bullpen. Bullpen for Wareham is down that right field line. Bunch of guys just hanging out down there in the corner down the foul pole. And Madison steps off. Long look in, now gets the sign from Mazza. Here's the 2-1. Fastball in there, taken for strike 2. Nice pitch on the low and inside corner.
It's a huge pitch there. Big difference between 3-1 and 2-2 with the bases loaded.
Absolutely, and 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Madison, not many options here. He's got to go right at him. Here's the pitch. Fastball just misses inside, and you heard a couple of reactions there from the Newport dugout, but is now a full count.
Runners will be on the move once again.
Runners will be on the move. They got a lot of traffic, though. Certainly Shenton and Collins, and Dunn will creep down the third base line. As this one is popped up foul down the left field line. Giving chase is Clunan, but it lands in foul territory, so we'll reset and do it again. 3-2 Newport on top here in the bottom of the third. Madison trying to work through this one. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Dunn on third, Collins on second, Shenton on first. Madison comes to the set, leg kick and the delivery, fastball chopped down the first baseline, and it rolls just foul. So we'll reset and do it one more time at least. Runners going back to their respective bases. Roscam taps the base and awaits this 3-2 pitch from Madison. He's got to go right at him here. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Runners go, and it's fouled again to the backstop. So a nice fight here from Roscam, not making it easy on Madison. No place to put him.
And a base hit will score 2 easily. A double could easily score 3. So you don't want to give in to him too much, but you obviously have nowhere to put him. It's a tough spot to be as a pitcher.
Here's the 3-2 again, and it's popped up in the infield. Shortstop Gethings goes back into shallow left field and makes the catch. Madison gets out of the jam and keeps Wareham off the board in the bottom of the third inning. The Gatemen leave the bases loaded, can't get a run. We'll head to the top of the fourth, still 3-2 Gulls here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. And we have a pitching change here for Wareham. It is Tommy Miller, the left-hander on the mound from Siena College. So the third pitcher of the ball game here for the Gatemen as they try and keep this a one-run game. Newport on top, 3-2. The Gulls scored 1 run in the top of the second inning. It was the solo home run from Dalton Reed, and they added 2 more with some timely hitting in the top of the third, thanks to the 2 RBI single from Cody Hosey.
It seems like we're going to see a little bit of everything from that Gateman bullpen as they've pulled a pitcher after each inning.
Now batting the first.
And like we talked about early on in the broadcast, they don't have too many players on the roster right now. A lot still obviously shuffling in from their respective schools around the country. But they're already in their third one here. Not including Culpo, there are 7 available pitchers here for the Gatemen tonight. First pitch fouled off the bat of Harvey, 0-1. A 1 pitch misses a little bit low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Harvey flew out to Gilgenbach out there in right field his first time up. 1-1 misses way low, 2-1. Tommy Miller, 6'2", 220. The lefty from Castleton, New York. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and it misses just inside. 3-1 here to the Wake Forest Demon Deacon. Here's the pitch. That one chased up in the zone, swung through and missed for strike 2, so we have another full count. Second time Harvey has faced a full count here tonight. Payoff pitch is taken for strike 3. Caught a lot of the plate, and Harvey knew it. He walks back to the dugout. The first strikeout of the ball game for Miller. And there's one gone here in the 4th. That'll bring up Jack Gethings. Walked and scored a run his first time up back last inning in the 3rd. First pitch fastball, spots it up on the low and outside corner, 0-1.
Miller impressively pitched 104 innings this season as the weekend starter for Siena.
Lot of miles on that arm as the 0-1 curveball is hit through the hole out of the diving Shenton's reach. As it goes into left field, Gregoire scoops it up, fires it back into the infield. But it's a 1-out single,
Now
first hit
batting
of the
the
ball
catcher,
game for Gethings
number 5,
here in the 4th.
John Mazza.
And that's 6 complete games from Miller as well. Can't ask for much more than that out of your weekend starter.
And here he is in Wareham pitching in an exhibition game against Newport.
Talk about a rubber arm.
Rubber arm and love of the game as Mazza takes ball 1. Mazza had the single back in the 3rd inning. He came around to score. 1 of 2 runs to score last inning for Newport. That was his first at-bat with the Gulls this season. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's swung through and missed for strike 1. Mazza 5'11", 185. Played in 41 games for the Huskies, 37 starts at a 184 average in 114 at-bats, 21 hits. As the 1-1 is fouled to the backstop, 1 and 2. He also had 14 RBI and 2 home runs. But Mazza's specialty is his arm behind the plate. 8 runners caught stealing this past season for the Huskies, and that is why he's behind the plate, showing off his bat in last inning as well. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and he swings and misses on that curveball for strike 3. Second strikeout of the ball game there for Miller, and there are 2 gone.
Number 14, Dylan Plew.
So he pulled the string on him to get his second strikeout, and that'll bring up Plew, leadoff guy for Newport. This is his 3rd time up. Last time executed that sacrifice bunt. First pitch, fastball taken for strike 1. Miller gets the sign, now comes to the set. And he goes to first with it to check on Gethings, who scampers back.
As we talked about earlier, Gethings can run 7 stolen bases this year. It'll be interesting to see if that was a decoy move or if that's all he's got.
Yeah, it seemed like that was just a pedestrian attempt here early on as he spots up that fastball for strike hit 2 to Plew. But already 2 Ks in the inning. He's been sharp. Again, peppering that low part of the zone, similar to Colpo. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses high, 1 and 2. Plew coming into this game, batting .222. 2 for 9 with 2 runs, including a double. Also had 2 RBI. 1-2 pitch, misses low, 2 and 2.
Plew's double came in that 8 straight hit inning in the 2nd inning of last night's game. Seemed like everyone got in on that hit parade.
It was a 2 RBI double. And you're right, they batted through the lineup very much so. And everybody getting a hit in that inning except one as the runner is off. And Gethings dives, no need to, as the ball gets away from Amditis. And it's his first stolen base of the year for the Fairfield Stag. And now he's in scoring position here with 2 outs. Now a full count to Plew. And we talked about timely hitting last inning. We'll see what the Washington State product can do here. A 3-2 game, Newport on top. in the top of the 4th inning, trying to add one more. 3-2 pitch, chopped up the middle, and it's a diving stop by the second baseman Dunn, who goes to third with it, and it is off the glove of Shenton. Gethings is safe over there at third. So an interesting play,
Now
trying to
batting,
get Gethings,
the right fielder,
who was
number
advancing
9,
from second to third. He
Cole
was safe.
Austin.
And now Newport has runners on the corners, still with 2 outs in the inning.
Heads up play from Dunn. He picked that ball up the middle and didn't even look over to first. He was expecting a round from third base from Gethings.
And Plew was trucking down the line. We will give him a single there, not a fielder's choice, because it would have been a tough play as that one bounces. And Plew is off. Now he's caught in a little bit of a rundown as it's back and forth between Roscam, and it's Gethings going home. It's going to be close at the plate. The throw is in time. Amditis is able to get the tag to put away Gethings and retire the side for Newport. So tried a little tomfoolery there in the inning, but they couldn't get the run across. A nice throw there from the middle infield and to Amditis to keep this a 3-2 ball game. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're listening to Newport Gulls baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Three-2 ball game here in Wareham, Massachusetts. Tyler Madison still out on the hill. Starter goes into the 4th inning, and the only run he allowed was in that 1st inning, the 2-run home run from Isaac Collins, second batter of the ball game. Since then, he has been sharp.
He has been sharp. He got into a little bit of trouble last inning, was able to escape. Other than that, he's looked very sharp.
Dempsey, Amditis, and Gregoire, 7, 8, 9 due up for Wareham as the first pitch is dropped in for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 from Madison. It's a breaking ball. That one skips outside, 1-1. Here to Dempsey. First time up, he grounded out to the shortstop, Gethings. 1-1 bounces low. Now 2 balls and 1 strike. Madison steps off now, toes the rubber, sets the glove at the belt there. Wind up and the delivery, 2-1, fouled over the Wareham dugout down the first baseline. TV things up at 2 apiece.
Dempsey enjoyed a good year at Boston College, hitting .319. Also swiped 7 bags, drove 20 in.
Batting here in the 7 hole for Don Snedden's team. 2-2 pitch, hit on the ground right side, right at Plew, who scoops it up, makes the throw to first, 1 gone.
Now batting, the catcher, number 24, Michael
Wareham will
Amditis.
play the Martha's Vineyard Sharks in another exhibition game on Saturday, June 9th, before they open up their Cape Cod season on June 12th against the Chatham Anglers at Chatham. So a couple of games, NECBL, then the Futures League, as Amditis takes ball 1 from Madison.
Amditis out of Boca Raton High School, not very far from me. Highly touted in high school, drafted in the 37th round by the Indians.
Here's the 1-0. That one misses low as well. 2 balls, no strikes. And as I understand a little bit of history between you two, you played against him in high school a little bit, so you saw what he had even when in his younger years.
Oh, and yeah, and he was easily one of the most well-regarded catchers in the entire area. As we said, drafted in the 37th round, opted to go to Miami, now in his 2nd season, redshirted last year due to injury.
Now a 3-0 count to Amditis. 2 walks for Madison, but he avoids it there as he drops in that strike. 3 balls and 1 strike here to the Miami Hurricane. 3-2 Newport on top. Bottom of the 4th inning. Nobody on, nobody out, or 1 out rather, as the 3-1 pitch is lined into left field. That'll get down for a hit. Fielded cleanly by Clunan, but it's a 1-out single there for Amditis. That's his first hit of the ball game, and he drops that one right in front of his fellow Miami Hurricane.
Amditis and Clunan
Now
missing
batting,
the
the left fielder,
NCAA
number
regional
11,
for the 2nd
Frankie
consecutive year, something
Gregoire.
Miami hasn't seen in over 30 years, as Jim Morris's career came to an end.
Yeah, they were 28 and 26 overall, 16 and 13 in the Atlantic Coast Conference. They lost to Clemson in the ACC tournament by score of 7-1. So 1 on, 1 out. Here is Frankie Gregoire. First pitch, fastball, spiked 59 feet, 1-0. Gregoire flew out to Hogeson back in the second inning. He's 0 for 1 on the night. Madison working from the stretch. Long look into Mazza. Now gets the sign, comes to the set. Leg kick, here's the 1-0. Fastball inside. Gregoire thought about it, but didn't go around. 2-0.
Gregoire's hit 24 home runs in his 3 seasons at Marist.
Amditis on first. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and it's chopped foul to the backstop. 2 balls and 1 strike here to the Marist College product. And I'm looking around Spillane Field here. It is a football field as well. You can see the goalposts out there in right center field.
Well, a couple innings ago, we saw Clunan have to shade down the line chasing after a ball, and that field goal post actually comes into play a little bit. It's a little bit of a factor.
2-1, swung on and missed. He lunged at the low curveball. Nice pitch there from Madison to even things up at 2. And yeah, this is at a high school where the Gatemen play. So home of the Wareham Vikings. 2-2 count. Here to Gregoire. Here's the pitch, and it swung on and missed. And there is no advance, but Amditis will advance to second base. So there are 2
now
gone.
batting, the third baseman, number.
It is the 4th strikeout of the night for
The second baseman,
Madison.
number
Now there are 2
14,
gone in the inning.
Oliver Dunn.
So here comes Oliver Dunn. He's already got 2 singles on the day. Was driven in once, stranded on third base once. RBI opportunity with Amditis on second. First pitch swing, and this one popped up into left field. Clunan giving chase, and he's able to catch it just in foul territory to retire the side.
For the Gatemen,
So the
at
Gatemen
bottom
leave
of
1
the
runner on,
4th.
no Newport errors.
Wareham had
Newport
1
leads it
hit,
3-2
no
as
walks,
we head
no errors,
to the
no
top of the
runs.
5th inning.
After
Listening to
4
Gulls
full
baseball
innings,
here on the
it is
NECBL
3-2
Broadcast
Newport.
Network. Three to 2 Newport on top as we head to the top half of the 5th inning. Pitching change here for the Gatemen. It is Austin Klein who is taking the mound here for Wareham. Klein, a rising senior at Dayton. Right-hander number 50. And this is the 4th pitcher of the night here for the Gatemen. Klein will face Cole Austin, who was up on that 1st and 3rd situation when Gethings was thrown out at home plate. The tag from Amditis saved a run. It was a close play, but certainly the ball got there in time. We'll see what Newport can do here in this inning.
Unfortunate situation there. You never want to take the bat out of your cleanup hitter's hands, especially with 2 men on.
Austin so far tonight, he is 0 for 2, flew out to Clementi in center and struck out back
Now
in the
batting,
3rd inning.
The right fielder, number 9.
Did not face a
Cole
pitch
Austin.
last inning before that 1st and 3rd play. So we'll see what he can do here, trying to start things off. Newport on top, 3-2. First pitch from Klein misses low. Here's the 1-0. Fastball just on the outside corner. 2 balls and no strikes here to Austin. Klein from the windup. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That one misses low again. So 3 straight balls here from Klein. And that's similar start to Miller. You know, the first 3 balls were thrown that were not on the strike zone, as that is the 4th straight, and it's a leadoff walk there for Austin.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 16.
The temperature dropping here in
Cody
Wareham.
Posey.
Started out at 61 degrees. Now it's 58. A lot of these players from southern regions of the country, and I remember before the New Bedford game, they were talking about how freezing it was. It was probably 55 degrees, and you're from the south too, so you may not be too comfortable with this. Up in New England, 58 degrees is not too bad as Hosey digs in. Last time up, had that 2 RBI single as he looks at ball 1 there from Klein.
I'll be honest, I'm shivering a little bit, trying to brave it out here as we are outdoors. Not really, it's a makeshift press box above the dugout. The wind is definitely a factor, but I'm adjusting, and I'm sure the players are too.
9-mile-per-hour winds. Not too bad either, you know, especially considering where we are, right near Buzzards Bay. 1-0 curveball. That one in and out of the glove of Amditis, but it's called for strike 1. Makeshift press box here. And it's very nice down the third base line right on top of the Newport Gulls dugout. Couldn't have asked for anything better. As the 1-1 curveball gets Hosey swinging, and it was half-hearted, but he goes all the way around, now 1-2. Lights turned on here at Spillane Field. Newport on top 3-2. Austin on first, nobody out. Klein from the stretch. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball, and he gets Hosey swinging for strike 3. First out of the inning, first strikeout the night for Klein.
Hitter number 29, Dalton.
It's a hard breaking ball from Klein. It looked like Hosey was struggling to pick that up out of his hand at all.
And he backed it up. Those were back-to-back curveballs that Hosey was fooled on the first time he had that half-hearted swing. But he goes down chasing that one low in the dirt. So 1 down here for Dalton Reed, who had that solo home run. His first pitch swing and lifts this one down the left field line. And it's Gregoire giving chase, but it bounces in foul territory right in front of that goalpost of this football field, which is set up during the fall.
And you can hear the Wareham coach actually yelling, "Be careful," as you don't want to run into that field goal post over there. It's definitely not something you want to do.
Certainly not, and it's still in play, I believe, as the 0-1 fastball catches the low and outside corner for strike 2. That was a nice pitch there, spotting up on the left-handed Reed.
Not sure there's a hitter much in the Northeast hotter than Dalton Reed right now.
He has been hot. He had the single last at bat too, as he looks at that breaking ball that skips in the dirt. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. At Seminole State, played in 50 games, 374 average, and 171 at bats. 64 hits, 48 runs, 16 doubles. 1-2, misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And of course the 18 home runs.
And he led the league last year, his conference at Seminole State, with 26 home runs last season. He had 18 this past spring. Not a bad number either. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one elevated, and he pops it up down the left field line. It's Gregoire coming in and to his right, and he's able to make the grab 2 away.
Now batting, the left fielder number 10, Dylan Clunin.
They kind of jammed him up a little bit. Lifted that one down the left field line. Easy play there for Gregoire. Austin still on first. He led off this inning with a 4-pitch walk. Since then, Klein has settled down, able to get the 3 and 4 hitters of Newport. Now we'll dance with Dylan Clunin, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. Long pause, here's the pitch. Fastball in there for strike 1. Just down the low and outside corner, he's like that spot. Klein long again. Takes a look at Austin, now comes to the set. Slide step and the delivery. 0-1 curveball, just a little bit low, 1-1. Coach Greg Grawl coaching third for Newport. Xander Jones over there, the first base coach. 1-1 pitch, another curveball. That one drops in for strike 2.
Klein seems like he's painting that outer half to most of these lefties.
Forcing them to hit it into left field. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses low. Nice stop from Amditis. And the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Both Dempsey and Dunn pinching towards second. Possibly expecting a throw. But there are 2 outs in the inning.
Seen a pair of base hits squeeze up the middle that way too. Sneak through there.
2-2 curveball. That one bounces in the dirt. And Austin is off on the play. The throw from Amditis is in time. Nice tag there from Dempsey. And he gets Austin, who was trying to steal the base. Amditis was able to corral it as it bounced in front of him. But a nice play there from Miami Hurricane. That will end the inning. Newport still on top, 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. You're listening to Newport Gulls baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Still 3-2, Newport on top in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tyler Madison still on the hill for the Gulls. He will face Isaac Collins, Dominic Clementi, and Austin Shenton, the 2-3-4 part of this Wareham
now
lineup.
Batting for the Gatemen, the designated hitter, number 4, Isaac Collins.
Collins 2 for 2, 2-run home run in the first, and had the single stranded on second last inning. In the third, rather, as he bats here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch from Madison misses low. When he's missed, most of the time it's been there. You've seen a lot of spiked balls, even on that fastball bouncing 59 feet. Usually you see that on a breaking ball, but doesn't have too many walks, just 2 on the night, so he has been in command for the most part. As he goes with that low spot again, this one does catch the strike zone to even things up at 1-1.
So we've seen Collins do it all at the plate so far. He's put one over the wall for a home run, and he's dropped down a gorgeous bunt for a single.
And Hosey is creeping towards the dirt over there at third. Ready for it this time as the 1-1 is hit on the ground. Right side, Plu ranging to his left, able to make the sidearm throw, which is in time for out number 1. Nice play there from Plu.
Now batting the center
Ground ball
fielder, number
drifted
13,
him all the way into the grass
Dominic
out there in
Clementi.
very shallow right field. But he's able to get his footing. Nice footwork from Plu.
Plu showed off that range the last couple days out at second base.
Here comes Clementi, 0 for 2, struck out looking, grounded out to Plu. First pitch curveball, that one catching the lone outside corner for strike 1. Cornelius, Gethings, and Plu have been in the infield in the first 2 games. Cornelius with the night off here tonight. Gethings moving over to short as the 0-1 is fouled to the backstop, 0-2. Plu moving over to second, and Harvey now playing first, who is catching now with the introduction of John Mazza after his season with Northeastern concluded. He is now behind the plate. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses high. Clementi does not chase. 1-2. Madison from the windup. Here's the pitch. Fastball blew it right by him. Strike 3 for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Now batting the third
It's his
baseman,
5th
number
strikeout of the ball
21,
game.
Austin
And
Stenton.
he is showing no signs of slowing down here in the bottom of the 5th. So here comes Austin Shenton for the 3rd time. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, walked, stranded on first, back in the 3rd.
Just now starting to see a little bit of action in that Newport Gulls bullpen.
And an interesting play here. Time was called in the middle of Madison's release, so he was forced to hold the ball, and that can sometimes be scary for a pitcher, especially when he's that far into his windup.
That's something pitchers typically get a little frustrated with, especially when it's late from the umpire.
Certainly Pedro Martinez would not have any of that. He was known for that. Here's the first pitch, though, and it does run inside, just at his feet. Gets out of the way, 1 ball and no strikes. Newport still on top, 3-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 pitch, that one misses low again. 2-0, they scored 1 in the top of the 2nd, solo home run from Dalton Reed, and then the 2 RBI single from Cody Hosey. That came with 2 outs after Gethings and Mazza reached. Plew bunted them over to set up Hosey's 2-out, 2 RBI single. Here's the 2-0 pitch, curveball bounces low. 3 straight balls here to Shenton. .30 fastball just a little bit outside, so a 4-pitch walk here to Shenton with 2 outs. Inning
Now
extends
batting,
for
the right
Wareham.
fielder number 9.
That'll bring up Eric Gilgenbach.
So we see Michael McCaffrey starting to loosen up in the Gulls bullpen out there in left field.
McCaffrey is yet to make an appearance here for Newport, only the 3rd game of the season. The Wesleyan Cardinal. Gilgenbach is 0 for 1. He walked his first time up and popped out to Plew over there at second. Madison from the stretch gets him to pop up right behind home plate. Mazza throws his mask, has a play on, and is able to make the catch to retire the side.
For the Gatemen.
So Shenton walks but is stranded on first. And another nice inning from Madison. Newport still leads it 3-2 as we head to the 6th inning. You're listening to Newport Gulls baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
A reminder.
As we welcome you back to the ballpark here, Spillane Field in Wareham, Massachusetts. 3-2 Newport on top here in the top of the 6th inning, and I will send things over to Aram here. What's going on around the New England Collegiate Baseball League?
Well, the Mystic Schooners are bouncing back after a loss to the Newport Gulls last night. They're beating the Plymouth Pilgrims at home. Upper Valley is beating North Adams 9-1. Winnipesaukee also bouncing back after a blowout game last night, beating Sanford. And New Bedford is up 5-0 at Ocean State. Back to you, Dave.
A lot of action. Thanks, Aram. A lot of action around the NECBL. The Gulls going up to Wareham here to take on the Cape Cod Baseball League Gatemen in this exhibition series. Newport leads it 3-1 with a tie the last time they played, 5-5. Exactly 3 years to the day. So June 7th has been the day for this matchup between the 2 summer collegiate baseball teams. And we have a pitching change here for the Gatemen. It is Zach Hart, number 27 from Franklin and Pierce. He is a rising senior this coming fall. As he takes his warm-up pitches. Hart, 6'4", 235 from Wallingford, Connecticut, graduate of Mark T. Sheehan High School. And this past season, he made 12 appearances, was 8-1, 12 starts, 82.1 innings pitched with a 1.97 stingy earned run average. We'll see what he can do here against the Newport lineup, who have a 3-2 lead.
Left fielder number 10, Dylan Clunan.
And Dylan Clunan takes ball 1 from Hart, or strike 1 rather.
If you're Clunan, you got to selfishly be a little bit relieved. He was in a 2-strike count at the end of last inning. Now he gets a fresh count. And just like that, he's behind 0-2.
0-1 pitch is fouled off, so Clunan has to work here. He struck out looking in the 2nd inning, and then he walked back in the 3rd. And he was up to plate when Austin was thrown out at second last inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Hart. It's hit on the ground right side. Second baseman Dunn scoops it up. Couple of clutches, and he's able to make the play on the 4-3 putout, 1 away.
Now batting, the center fielder number 38, Zach Hogeson.
So Hart is able to induce the ground ball to get his first out of the ball game. He'll face Zach Hogeson next. Hogeson is 0 for 2, struck out in the 2nd.
Now in at second base, number 4, Isaac Collins.
And it was not done. It was Isaac Collins who is now playing second. As first pitch swinging is a one hopper to Collins over there. He's able to glove it, make the throw to first. 4 out, number 2. So 2 plays to Collins, who comes in this game. And there are 2 outs in the inning. And Eric Ramirez is now at shortstop. So a couple of changes here for the Gatemen in the middle infield. 3-2 Newport still on top. 2 outs, nobody on. As in steps Logan Harvey. First pitch to Harvey is in there for strike 1. Nice breaking ball, started in, ended in. Isaac Collins was the designated hitter. He is now at second as the 0-1 pitch misses outside, 1-1. So that's what happens. You come into the game, into the field, and everyone always says it, but the ball finds you. 2 putouts there for Collins, though, as Harvey swings through that upstairs fastball, 1-2.
It's crazy how that works.
It is. You know, it's just baseball. It doesn't really make sense, but it always seems to happen that way. Answered the call so far. 1-2 pitch, skips it in the dirt, 2-2.
Well, speaking of the new fielders in, Eric Ramirez is a product of UMass Dartmouth.
Here's the break-even offering. Curveball fouls it off at the end of the bat. Nice job staying alive there from Harvey. Harvey 0 for 2. He flew out to Gilgenbach and struck out looking his last time up. 2-2 pitch. Curveball easy take there. Now a full count to Harvey. Working quickly is Hart. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Fastball gasses him up. And Harvey fights that one off, fouling it over the Wareham dugout over down the first base line.
Took a little bit of a safety swing there from Harvey, just trying to stay alive.
Yeah, it's been a good at-bat here, trying to extend the inning. 3-2 Newport on top. Nobody on, 2 outs. Hart shakes off Amditis. Long pause. Now he gets a sign he likes. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And it's popped up in the infield, left side. Shortstop Ramirez calls off Shenton and makes the grab. So the defensive replacements, Collins makes 2 at second, Ramirez makes the third. And Newport goes down 1-2-3 in the 6th. We'll head to the bottom of the frame, still 3-2 Newport. You're listening to Gulls Baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
After 5.5.
As we welcome you back here to the ballparks, 3-2 Newport on top. In the bottom of the 6th inning, we have a pitching change here for the Gulls. Madison is out, and Mike McCaffrey is in here to face the Wareham Gatemen. McCaffrey, the left-hander out of Wesleyan University, 6 foot 195. And this past year in the NESCAC, he had a 2-4 record, 11 appearances, 10 starts, 53 innings pitched, which was first for the Cardinals. Had a 5.60 earned run average, 57 strikeouts, which was not only first on his team, but first in the entire New England Small Collegiate Athletic Conference. He also had 48 walks. His best game was on April 7th against Middlebury. In a 7-inning game, he went 6 innings giving up 0 hits, 0 runs, striking out 10, walking 5. In a 1-0 win, he was pulled, and I asked him about it, why he was pulled. He said he had a low pitch count coming into the game, and his manager took him out, and a little bit of frustration, to be honest, because he had a no-hitter going in that matchup.
And that's a tough spot. You know, you want to take care of your pitchers. You want to make sure they stay healthy. You, of course, don't want to overthrow them, but it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity there to throw a no-hitter.
So he will face Roskam, Dempsey, and Amditis. First pitch to Roskam misses for ball 1. One-0 fastball in there, taken for strike number 1. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Roskam, who's 0 for 2, struck out looking, popped out to get things at short. 1-1 pitch. That curveball gets under Mazza, and it's 2-1. McCaffrey from Warwick, Rhode Island. Grew up watching the Ocean State Waves, a couple of Gulls games. Here's the 2-1 pitch, fastball taken for strike number 2. He thought about it, but didn't go around. Nice spot there on the outside corner. McCaffrey working quickly, leg kick and the delivery. Fastball upstairs, he got him to chase, but Roskamp's able to foul that one up and out of play. Here's the break-even offering. That fastball's in there for strike 3. He got him looking. Out number 1, first strikeout of the ball game for McCaffrey here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Bartolini.
Nice spot there from the Wesleyan product. Gasses him up and freezes Roskamp for out number 1. And now we have a pinch hitter. It is number 10 who takes strike 1 there from McCaffrey. It's number 10, Gian Martinelli, who's batting in the place of Brian Dempsey. 0-1 misses, 1 ball and 1 strike. Coach Sneddon going to above his bench players. Here's the 1-1 and it's popped up. Plu backpedaling is able to make the catch out there in shallow right center field, 2 away. So Plu has been very active over there in his first game at second base. He's done a good job.
Number 11, Frankie Gregoire.
So Ramirez goes in to play shortstop. And then Dempsey, who was the shortstop, now is out. Gian Martinelli was in as he popped out there to Plu. As in steps Frankie Gregoire, and it's a first pitch swinging, and it's a single. Bounces in front of Clunan. So a 2-out single there. First hit that McCaffrey's given up here tonight.
Jumped on that first pitch fastball up at the letters. So left-handed pitcher, you probably want to keep that down to the righties, but got away with one, only gave up a single.
Yeah, didn't waste any time there.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 3, Eric Ramirez.
So here comes Eric Ramirez for the first time.
Our first look at the shortstop tonight.
McCaffrey now working from the stretch. Leg kick and the delivery. Fastball in and out of the glove of Mazza, but it's called for strike 1.
Ramirez, a 267 hitter in 40 games at UMass Dartmouth.
Here's the 0-1. Fastball popped up over the Wareham dugout on the first baseline. And he's quickly down 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball got him swinging for strike 3. McCaffrey strikes out 2 and keeps Newport on top 3-2 as we head to the 7th inning.
And no runs. After 6
You're listening to Newport Gulls baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Newport still on top, 3-2 as we head to the 7th pitching change here for Wareham. Number 51, and it is Dylan Beasley. Again, manager Don Sneddon is using a lot of his arms here in this exhibition matchup.
Well, it is the first game for Wareham. I think he wants to see what he's got in his bullpen, see who he can use when the season comes around.
And a lot of players that may not be here a little bit later on the season getting an opportunity to play at this level of summer collegiate baseball. Certainly a nice opportunity for all of them. As in steps Jack Gethings, who is 1 for 1 with a walk as he takes ball 1 there from Beasley.
It's an interesting position for some of these teams. As we said before, some of them are still playing in the college playoffs, and some of the other ones are playing for Team USA, so you got to fill those spots and wait for them to come back.
1-0 pitch misses again, so 2-0. And yeah, you know, if you are able to make an impression, you could stick around a little bit longer. As the 2-0 gets away from catcher, rolls to the backstop, and 3 straight balls. Seems like we've seen that a lot in the first batter of, you know, many of these relievers. It's been 3 straight balls, and then they've been able to settle in. Newport scoring there, 3 runs, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. As that 3-0 pitch is in there for strike 1. Easily working quickly, the 3-1. Fastball just catching the low part of the zone. Now he's pushed it to a full count on Gethings. The 3-2. That one line drive into left center field. Center fielder Clementi dives, and it can't get it. It bounces off his glove. Gregoire is able to scoop it up. A close play at second. But good job there from Gethings, showing off his speed, able to make it a hustle double. That'll go down as a hit.
Now
Tough play.
the catcher,
And it's a
number
leadoff
5,
double there for the
John
Fairfield Stag.
Mazza.
That'll go down as a hit, but it looked like he had that ball tracked down in center field. It is a tough time of night to pick up the ball as the sky is not completely dark and you're in between the lights. Looks like he might have lost that as it was getting close to his glove.
Yeah, it was interesting. I thought for a second,
In
just
right
based on the way he was
field
going after
is
the ball, he had a
Dante
good beat on
Baldelli,
it. And he
number
wasn't able to pick it
35.
up. He did go to the dive, so it was a tough play. Up in the air call. But nonetheless, Gethings is on with a leadoff double as Mazza digs in. First pitch swinging, popped up to shallow center field. Clementi coming in on it, and he's able to make the catch right out in front of him for out number 1.
Now batting the second
And
baseman,
another little bit of a
number
delayed
14,
read out there in center. It might
Dylan
be the high
Blue.
skies right now as it starts to get in that in-between moment, as I said.
And Mazza has been all about this first pitch swing, and he had his single on the first pitch fastball that he hit into left field off the glove of Shenton. But there is one out here for Dylan Plew. That's for the 4th time. He had a single his last time up. Also laid down that sac bunt in the 3rd. First pitch fastball is just a little low, 1-0.
What seems to be the Gulls' mentality a little bit, just attacking early in the count as long as they get something to hit.
Yeah, you know, from the get-go against New Bedford, very aggressive and aggressive on the base pass. 1-0 fastball taken for strike 1. You know, when Austin was thrown out there in the 5th inning off the throw from Amditis, it was a ball that skipped in front. And, you know, a lot of coaches teach it. If you see that the ball trajectory is going to be in front, you go off and take off. But credit the catcher there for throwing him out, as the 1-1 pitch is taken for strike number 2.
Well, what I thought that was interesting about that, though, is that would have been a full count with 2 outs. He could have been on the move anyways.
Yeah, you know, it just is one of those read things. You know, when you're taught a certain way, you can't really think about it too much. You have to make a gut decision, and he has speed, as that one is fouled to the backstop. And it did end up working out, but, you know, that's a gamble you'll take, especially in this exhibition game. See if you can test the arms of some of these players.
Well, you hear coaches say a lot. They're willing to bet on the chances of the catcher actually being able to first keep the ball in front, then pick it up, make a nice throw to second, and the second baseman to be able to make a tag all in one. You're taking your chances as a base runner.
Yeah, a lot of variables, so you want to force them to do it. If they make a good play, you tip your cap, as another foul ball is sliced over the backstop and towards the high school. Wareham High School here, home of the Vikings. Still a 1-2 count here to Plew. Nice battle. Fouling off 3 pitches in a row. Beasley from the stretch gets the sign, sets that black glove at the chest, takes a look at Gethings as this one is popped up into shallow left field. Going back now, comes in. Is Gregoire, reaches up, makes the catch. 2 gone.
Now batting the right fielder, number 9.
So 2 down.
Cole Austin.
Gethings still on second. He had that leadoff double. Newport on top, 3-2 here in the top of the 7th inning. Cole Austin, who was 0 for 2 with a walk, flew out to Clementi and struck out swinging. And was thrown out on that play we were just talking about. First pitch breaking ball stays inside, 1-0.
Had a couple early home runs. We thought this might be another high-scoring game like last night, but seems like both pitching staffs have really settled in.
Yeah, it's a good point. We saw balls left and right over that right field fence. Dalton Reed and Isaac Collins early on, as that one misses inside as well. Since then, credit the pitchers for both Newport and Wareham. They have done a good job. Madison locking in and going a good portion of this game until McCaffrey came in the 6th inning. Here's the 2-0. Line drive hit deep to center field. Clemente goes back, and he had a bad read on it. It looks like it's over his head. It goes all the way to the wall. Gething scores from second, and Austin is trucking around second. He will be up with a stand-up RBI triple, and it is now 4-2 Newport. What a shot there off the bat of Austin. And it looked like Clemente just froze on it. It did not look like it was going to be as deep as it was. That's what he was thinking, and he was in trouble out there in center.
And as we've been saying, that's the 3rd time this inning. It does not look like he is picking up the ball well at all out there in center field, and that is a horrible feeling. It's a very, very lonely feeling when you cannot pick the ball up well.
Nonetheless, it is a triple, an RBI triple. It was a nice swing, beautiful off the bat of Austin. As Hosey takes ball 1, curveball in the dirt, and it's now 4-2 Newport, so a much needed insurance run as we get into these later innings. Top of the 7th here, still 2 down, but an opportunity for Hosey to get another 2-out RBI. He had a 2-out RBI single that drove in both Gethings and Mazza back in the 3rd inning.
Well, that segues into my point I was about to make, is that 3 of the 4 runs were with 2 outs driven in, and that's how you win ball games.
There are multiple ways to do it, and to see Newport do it in this fashion and score 11 runs yesterday in inning number 2 of that game, as Hosey swings and misses on that elevated fastball 1 and 2, is a good sign. It's early, but the coaching staff here for Newport is, trying to figure out the best lineup first of all. You see Plu moving from first to second. Mazza's now catching. Harvey's at first. Gethings is now at short. Just kind of mixing it up and trying to figure out the best combination. As the 1-2 pitch misses low, keeping things up at 2 apiece. But you're right, also, what combinations are going to dictate, how you play the baseball and how you generate runs. And we've seen sacrifice bunts. We've seen 2-out hits. It's been a clean baseball game for Newport as the 2-2 misses low. Now a full count here to Hosey.
Well, that was the important thing about how the Gulls bounce back to or continue today, because you're not always going to have 8 straight hits and 10 runs in one inning. You have to manufacture runs, and they're doing a great job of that tonight.
I think one of the biggest thing we also talked about is, the ability to score 2 runs after Mystic last night was just chipping away. They get it to 2, and Newport, rearing a little bit as that one is fouled over the backstop. But they're able to resettle, get 2 insurance runs once it was 12-10 in the bottom of the 8th inning, and push it to 4 and give Nathan Ryder, enough insurance for him to go out and get the Schooners down 1-2-3 in the 9th.
And Wareham's not going to go down easy either. And as we've seen, they have a stacked lineup, tons of power. So every run you can get is important.
3-2, another foul ball over the stands behind home plate. And you're right, it's the top of the 7th inning, 4-2 Newport, so still a very tight game, and especially with Wareham's offense, the players they have in this lineup. Newport has their work cut out for them. Here's the payoff pitch, another foul ball rolled to the backstop. We'll reset and do it again. Austin with the RBI triple. That scored Gethings, who led things off in this inning with the double. Hosey trying to add one more. Long battle between Hosey and Beasley. Beasley now gets the sign, sets the glove at the chest. Here's the pitch, and he gets him swinging for strike 3. The second strikeout of the night for Hosey. And Newport leaves 1 runner on third, but they get 1 run off the RBI triple from Austin. They now lead it 4-2 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. You're listening to Newport Gulls baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. As we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, 4-2 Newport. They were able to get 1 more in the top of the frame to give them a 2-run lead.
The designated
Mike
hitter
McCaffrey still
14,
out on the mound.
Dunn.
As Oliver Dunn, the leadoff man for the Gatemen, digs in. Dunn has a couple of singles, scored a run. He was driven in on that Isaac Collins 2-run home run in the first. As the first pitch from McCaffrey misses off the plate, 1-0. Pitch fouled over the backstop, 1-1. McCaffrey got 2 strikeouts, both looking last inning. He got Roskam and Ramirez. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Line drive into shallow center field. Hogeson coming in on it is able to make the diving catch as he slid feet first. Nice play there from the Arizona State
Now
product
batting,
for out number 1 here in the 7th.
4, Isaac Collins.
Well, after seeing Clemente struggle out there in center field picking up the ball, I was eager to see how the Gulls would handle tracking the ball in the outfield, and Hogeson seemed to have no problem with it out there.
Yeah, he did a good job. Yeah, nice job going to the slide. Call that a Massachusetts slide. Not really sure why, but that was generally what I've heard it to be called, as the first pitch to Collins misses low, 1-0.
They don't call it that in Florida.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but we are in Wareham, so I guess it's fine to say that. Here is the 1-0 pitch. Runs inside, 2-0. A lot of wacky sayings that you never really know the origins of. But that's just baseball, I guess.
And the Gulls coaches have an arsenal of them.
Here's the 2-0. Gets him to swing on that low fastball. Now 2-1 here to Collins. And you're right, you know, Coach Greg Grawl, they call him Grawley on the team. He has so much experience at the professional level, 30-plus years with multiple organizations. He has a ring with the Boston Red Sox. And many stories to go along with it, as the 2-1 is taken for strike number 2. Nice pitch there from Mike McCaffrey. Telling stories, he's always got something to say and is able to really captivate the team and motivate them. He's done a good job of that so far this season, as that fastball misses high. Now a full count here to Collins, and he's really been a motivator for the team through 2 games.
He really does reach his players really well. I mean, I've heard from people around the media team that have been around for a while, they say sometimes the bus ride's even more fun than the game.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fastball in there for a strike 3. Collins took a few steps down the first baseline, but plate umpire rung him up. The third strikeout of the night for Mike McCaffrey.
13,
the third strikeout
Dominic
looking that he has gotten.
Clemente.
And they're 2-way here in the bottom of the 7th. McCaffrey has looked sharp.
Looked sharp to both lefties and righties. I was curious to see how he would fare against righties. Looks pretty good so far.
Yeah, he has been pumping away high velocity from the left side as Clemente digs in. First pitch swinging, ground ball left side, backhanded by Gethings. He's able to make the throw, and it's down the line, and it pulls Harvey off the base, so that will be an E6. He scooped it up on the backhand, and Clemente was trucking down the first baseline, forced him to rush it, and the throw pulled Harvey off the base. So Clemente is on the E6, but there are still 2 outs in the inning for Austin Shenton.
Well, it's a good point you make. That's why coaches always want their players busting down the line. Sometimes that infielder looks up, sees that guy kind of getting close to first base, and he'll panic and rush that throw, just as Gethings did.
So McCaffrey's got to refocus here now from the stretch. First pitch misses inside, 1-0. Shenton struck out in the first inning. He walked in the third, and he walked in the 5th. Stranded both times on first. Wareham trying to get a 2-out rally going after that error from Gethings. Newport leads it 4-2 here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-0 pitch misses low again. 2 balls and no strikes here to Shenton.
And after that error from Gethings, if you think about it, the Gulls have played really clean baseball on the defensive side of things so far this season.
That is the first error of the game for Newport. They had no errors against New Bedford, as that fastball misses low. It's now 3-0 to Shenton. And you're right, they have been sharp the entire season. They had no errors against New Bedford. They had 1 error against Mystic. Now just 1 error tonight. Here's the 3-0. That one fouled, and it looked like it went in between his legs, rolled to the Wareham dugout, and it's now 3-1. He's wearing the shin guard on his right shin as well. You see a lot of guys do that. Talked about it a little bit earlier, but it certainly hurts, especially when it's 55 degrees and dropping here in Massachusetts. The 3-1. That one gets away from Mazza. It's a walk anyways, but Clementi takes a turn nowhere
Now batting
for him to go. He
the
stays
right
on
fielder,
second,
number
so with 2
35,
outs, runners now on
Dante
first and second for
Baldelli.
the Gatemen. As we have a pinch hitter here for Wareham, and it is number 35, Dante Baldelli. Baldelli played for New Bedford in the NECBL last season as he looks at ball 1 there, and Mazza wants to call timeout.
Baldelli plays his college baseball at Boston College as well, as we're seeing a lot of Boston College products here right now.
Local school, and, you know, a team that is generally pretty good historically. They have a good program in the area. Call them down. Well, a couple of the other guys finish up their seasons. And like we said, if you show the manager and the organization that you can play ball here, then you get a chance to stay, as that one misses outside as well. It's now 2-0 to Baldelli.
Well, Baldelli was drafted out of high school in the 39th round, obviously opted to go to college. Struggled a little bit last year, batting .235, but he did swipe 19 bags, only getting caught twice. So he's definitely got some speed on the base paths.
McCaffrey from the stretch. Here's the 2-0. Spots up that fastball. And it's now 2-1. And with the Bay Sox, last summer he played 28 games and he batted .220. Just 18 hits and 6 RBI. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Another fastball, another strike taken just on the outer third. McCaffrey trying to come all the way back here after walking Shenton. Started off the inning with a nice play from Hogeson out there in center field to get done, and then got Collins to strike out looking. Then the error from Gethings on the throw, the walk to Shenton.
Big pitch here for McCaffrey. You don't want to have the runners with a head start.
Here's the 2-2, and it misses on the breaking ball, so we do have a full count. There are 2 outs in the inning.
Not ideal for McCaffrey there, because now a base hit could end up tying the game with the runners on the move.
4-2 Newport on top, bottom of the 7th. McCaffrey trying to bear down. Takes a look at Clementi over there at second. Runners are off, and Baldelli pops this one up. Mazza giving chase, but it gets up into the stand, so we'll reset and do it again.
I feel like we've had an abnormal amount of 3-2 two-out situations here.
Yeah, we have. It's been definitely something that has been a part of this game, but honestly, Wareham has not really taken advantage of it too much. And, you know, credit Madison, credit McCaffrey for, you know, to this point, doing a good job keeping the Gatemen bats at bay. We'll see what McCaffrey does here on the 3-2 pitch. It's another foul ball over the backstop.
See, and I'll be honest, as a player, I hated this situation. On the base paths, you're just running over and over again. You got to go back and then sprint and then go back. And you're just like, hit the ball already.
Yeah, you see them on the screen every time they take off, and then all the players shuffling around, going back to their respective bases.
It's the most running you'll do in a baseball game.
Maybe. It may be. McCaffrey gets the sign, now comes to the set. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fastball lunged at, line drive into right center field, and that'll get down for a hit. It splits Austin and Hogeson. Scoring from second is Clementi. The play at the plate is not in time. A 2 RBI double there for Dante Baldelli, and just like that, we have a tie ball game.
And as we said, not an ideal situation there with the full
Now
count.
batting the
You got the
first
runners on the
baseman,
move,
number
and anything
19,
in the gap is
Luke
going to score too.
Roscom.
So it was a low and outside pitch, and on the 3-2 count, Baldelli lunged at it, and he's able to poke it and really place it right in between Hogeson and Austin out there in right center field. Austin was able to get it in quickly, but the relay throw was just not in time.
It's a great job by Austin even making a play at the plate there, barehanding it and getting it in as quick as he could.
Here comes Roscam, who takes ball 1.
Just like that, we got a new ball game.
That will not be an earned run after the error from Gethings. McCaffrey did get the first 2 guys out and induce that ground ball on a routine play. 1-0 pitch taken for strike one just on the lone inside corner.
Those 2-out errors can always come back to kill you.
So it's 4-4 here in the bottom of the 7th. All this coming with 2 outs. Baldelli on second. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses low, 2-1. And you talk about the 2-out hitting from Newport in tonight's game. How about that from Baldelli?
Nearly every run here has been scored from a 2-out hit.
Here's the 2-1. High fly ball deep to right field. Austin going back at the track, at the wall, and it's Hogeson who reaches up and apparently makes the catch. And it looks like he dropped it and it went over the fence. A hard play to see all the way from here, but that is a 2-run shot for Luke Roskam. The second home run of the ball game for the Gatemen. And here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Wareham has taken a 6-4 lead.
Batting, the catcher, number 10.
For a second, it looked like Hogeson had the ball in his glove. It might have just been the ball bouncing beyond the fence. I'm not sure. It's kind of hard. We're about 300 feet away from there plus, but.
Well, he stuck it. He stuck his glove on the wall, making it look like he may have had it. As the first pitch from McCaffrey is in there for strike one.
Nonetheless, a good effort from Hogeson just to even get near that ball. That ball was crushed.
Working quickly, 1-1 count here to Martinelli. And yeah, it looked like Austin may have had a beat on it too, but it was Hogeson who had a chance to make the final play. As 1-1 is chopped towards the Newport dugout, now 1-2.
And if you're McCaffrey, that's frustrating. You know, you got the ground ball to get you out of the inning, just like that, ends up getting on, and things kind of fall apart from there.
Yeah, it was just it was a tough bid, you know, and that's what happens, the little things hustling down the first baseline as McCaffrey gets Martinelli to strike out for the second strikeout of the inning. But the Gatemen get 4 runs.
Had 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 error,
2
and
hits.
4 runs.
And leave no runners on.
After
1
7
error
full,
for the
it is
Gulls.
6-4
6-4.
Wareham.
Gatemen on top as we head to the 8th inning. You're listening to Newport Gulls baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. A 6-4 game. Wareham reclaims the lead. 4 runs. In the bottom of the 7th, we have a pitching change here. It's Logan Maitland, who is now on the hill for the Gatemen from UMass Dartmouth, a sophomore in 2018. And right before we get the action started, Aram, take us through the updated scores around the NECBL.
Well, we're final in Mystic. The Schooners hand the Pilgrims their first loss of the season. Upper Valley leads 9-2 over North Adams in the bottom of the 7th. Winnipesaukee is handling Sanford 8-1, and New Bedford is up 5-2 in the bottom of the 7th.
First pitch to Reed is taken for ball 1, just a little bit low. We're here in the top of the 8th inning as 1-0 is fouled up onto the high school, 1-1. Just a tough inning for Newport there. 2 very quick outs. 1-1 blows it right by him, 1-2. First one off a nice feet-first diving play from Hogeson in center, then gets Collins to strike out looking. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball just a little bit high, 2-2. And the air from Gethings, the walk to Shenton. And the 2 RBI double from Baldelli. Followed by the 2-run shot from Luke Roskam. The 2-2 check swing is able to hold up as that one misses low. We got a full count here to Reed.
It was just one of those innings from McCaffrey. Even the 2 RBI double wasn't hit well. Just reached out and poked it, and it just seemed to find a little gap in there in right center.
3-2 pitch, chopper left side, and it's under the diving glove of Ramirez, rolls into center field. That is a leadoff single for Dalton Reed, and it's his 3rd hit of the ballgame, 2nd single.
Now batting
here in the 8th.
left fielder,
And make that
number
7
10,
hits in his last 2 games.
Dylan
He has
Kluge.
been the definition of hot. Heading in the 4-hole for Mike Coombs. Newport trying to claw their way back. We saw Mystic able to do that on the Gulls. Newport was able to keep them at bay. We'll see if the Gulls can come back here, down 6-4 in the 8th. Here's Dylan Clunan. First pitch swung on and fouled off the school, bounces off the brick and then back onto the field for strike one. Interesting little ricochet there.
We were talking about how this is a unique field. There's not much of a backstop to work with. Most of the foul balls seem to be going out into the public.
Yeah, you know, on top of the school, you can only imagine how many baseballs or footballs from errant field goals are caught up there. Who knows? Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one fouled off the school again, and then it ricochets off the light. So it is 0-2, but we're playing pinball out here at Spillane Field.
We got nets all around us, and I'm still a little worried.
The netting is nice here on top of the Newport Gulls dugout on the third base line. Couple of holes in it, but really can't complain. Maitland, slide step. Here's the 0-2. Misses low with that fastball. Clunan struck out looking his first time up. He walked in the third and grounded out to Collins his last time up in the sixth inning.
Clunan's been taking his hacks. He just seems to be fouling them off and falling behind quickly in the counts.
Here's the 1-2. Pops in and out of the glove of Amditis, and it misses high, 2-2.
And it's tough when your timing's just a hair off like that. You foul off 2 pitches quickly to start the count, and all of a sudden, you're behind 0-2.
And it's actually Gian Martinelli behind the plate here for Wareham. 2-2, another foul ball. That one does get over the school down the left field line. The count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Clunan.
Clunan battling well, just a hair late on the fastball.
Yeah, Maitland has been filling up the tank. 6-4, Wareham on top. Dalton Reed had the leadoff single in the inning. He stands on first as that 2-2 pitch is lined into left field, but right at Greg Warr, who's able to make the play for out number 1.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 38.
Great swing from Clunan, smoked it the
Zach
other way, just
Hogeson.
right at him.
Tough bid there. He beat the pitcher, but he couldn't beat the 7 men behind him. So there's one out. Here is Zach Hogeson. Hogeson 0 for 3, struck out. Flew out to Gilgenbach in the third inning and grounded out to Collins in the sixth. First pitch misses outside, 1-0. Maitland taking his time. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed for strike 1.
Maitland seems to be bringing a little more velocity than the preceding pitchers. Some of these guys are a little bit late on it.
Yeah, he's definitely filled it up. You saw off all those foul balls from Clunan. Here's the 1-1. That misses low and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Hogeson. Maitland 6'6", 170. From Tiverton, Rhode Island. Graduate of Tiverton High School, so not too far away from Wareham and very close to Newport. Here's the 2-1. That one cranked into right field. Gilgenbach going back at the track. He looks up, and that one is absolutely crushed over the fence. A 2-run shot for Zach Hogeson, his first home run of the year, and Newport ties it up here in the top of the 8th inning, 6-6.
That ball was demolished.
You saw Gilgenbach turn his back and not even give it a bid. It was absolutely smashed over the right field fence. And that is how you respond if you are rooting for the Gulls. A 2-run home run for Zach Hogeson. And you look up, it is now 6-6, so Newport was able to claw back in just one swing of the bat. As in steps Logan Harvey, and Harvey gets out of the way of that fastball, which was right up around his head. 1 ball and no strikes.
We're seeing a little of everything from the Gulls offense today. 2-strike hitting, situational bunting, and then driving the ball out of the park when you need it.
Yeah, if you're Mike Coombs, this is exactly what you want to see. It's a little small ball. You've seen a couple of home runs. As that one misses low, 2-0.
And this is what we were talking about before the game. The Gulls wanted to prove that they can match up with any team in the Northeast, and they're showing they can match any run that Cape Cod and any run that the Wareham puts up.
Here's the 2-0. That one misses well high again, so 3 straight balls here to Harvey, who is 0 for 3. Flew out to Gilgenbach and right, struck out looking in the 4th, and popped out to Ramirez in the 6th. And you're right, you know, you come in here, you're Newport, you're definitely a solid team. You have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder as that one drops in for strike 1, just by nature of this matchup. Cape Cod League, generally around the country, is considered to be one of, if not the best summer collegiate program. But Newport has a 3-1 record against this team, and right now they're showing why they can certainly compete with the best of them.
And that's why this is such a fun exhibition to do every year. It's definitely something I think everyone looks forward to, us and the players and everyone involved.
Number 2.
So Harvey walks on that pitch that misses low to extend this inning 6-6. Still just 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. Here comes Jack Gethings. He's crossed home plate twice, walked once, had a single where he was thrown out on a close play at the plate, and then he ended up scoring in the 7th off the RBI triple from Cole Austin. First pitch to Gethings is in there for strike 1. A 1 pitch, line drive, deep right field. Gilgenbach going back. It's off the warning track. Coming around second is Harvey, and into second with a double, his second of the ball game, is Jack Gethings. And Newport is not done here. They tied it up with the 2-run home run from Hogeson, but now they have runners on second and third here, still with 1 out. And now there's going to be a quick meeting at the mound, but that one was hit on the nose down the right field line.
Well, if you watch the Gulls take batting practice, you'll hear Coach Coombs shouting out different situations as batting practice is being thrown. You know, sometimes he'll say, get him in, get him over, whatever it is. And it seems like he's prepared these guys for these situations just like this. And here's a get him in situation where you need to drive the ball to the outfield.
So here is Mazza, who first pitch swinging again, swings through that one for strike 1. And Gethings is 3 for 3. He's got a single, a double, and a double right there. He also walked, so he's been on base all 4 times in this outing.
Nice little redemption after the error last inning.
Mazza trying to give Newport the lead. The 0-1 curveball misses outside, 1-1. Maitland has not had it easy here in this inning. Trying to keep it a tie ball game. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Line drive into left field. Gregoire coming in, and he's able to make the play, but tagging from third is Harvey. The throw from Gregoire is cut off, and that will be a sacrifice fly. The Gulls now lead it 7-6 here in the 8th inning.
Now batting the second baseman, number 14.
That ball was hit so hard by Mazza that the left fielder couldn't even really get any momentum coming in on the ball. He had to stay put, didn't really have anything behind the throw. He was able to trot home easily.
So here comes Dylan Plew for the 5th time today, but how about Newport? They give up 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th and come back with 3 of their own to reclaim the lead here in the top of the 8th inning. As the first pitch to Plew skips to the backstop, and Gethings advances 90 feet. He now stands on third. Newport showing their fight. Just a gritty team. Only 3 games in, but we have seen bits and pieces of a lot of danger that can come from this Newport lineup. Here's the 1-0. That one line down the left field line, slicing foul and out of play.
If you're the Gulls, you'd love to at least squeeze 1 more out here. Get a nice little 2-run lead. Still got 6 outs to go.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. That fastball, nice spot in the low and outside corner, taken for strike 2. So the inning started off with the single from Dalton Reed, then Clunan flew out to Gregoire. It was a line drive out just right at him. Hogeson had the 2-run home run to tie things up. As the 1-2 pitch is a called strike 3 on Plew to end the inning. But Newport reclaims the lead. They score 3 runs on 3
Newport
hits.
had 3
And the
hits,
RBI
1
sacrifice
walk,
fly
no
from
errors, and
John
3 runs.
Mazza. It's 7-6 Newport as we
After
head to the bottom of the 8th
7.5,
inning. You're listening to Newport
it is
Gulls baseball
7-6
here
Newport.
on the NECBL Broadcast Network. So we have a couple of changes here for the Gulls. A new pitcher, and it is Dylan Clunan, the rising sophomore from the University of Miami on the hill, and replacing him out there in left field is the Virginia Tech Hokie in Nick Enright.
Number 10, Dylan
So
Clunan
showing
is
their
moving left field
versatility.
to the
A couple
mound.
of pitchers playing the field, and fielders playing pitcher here. Nice little mix-up as Clunan tries to maintain this 7-6 lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And a reminder, you can follow the Newport Gulls on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat at
Now
Newport
batting,
Gulls.
the left fielder, number 11.
Stay in touch with all
Frankie
things Newport
Gregoire.
as they try and improve to 4-1-1 head-to-head against the Wareham Gatemen. So here is Gregoire, who takes ball 1 from Clunan.
As we mentioned, Clunan did a little of both hitting and pitching at Miami. Mostly hit. Only threw 4 innings this year on the mound.
1-0 pitch misses as well. Now 2 balls and no strikes.
Started 33 games in the outfield, though, for the Hurricanes.
2-0 is swung through and missed for strike 1. And Enright out there in left. Pitched in game 1 versus New Bedford. And here's the 2-1. That fastball misses off the plate. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 3-1. That fastball's waved through and missed for strike 2. So Clunan trying to come all the way back. He's worked a full count.
It's the first we've seen of Enright in the field.
Playing deep left right now. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That one is lunged at and fouled over the stands behind the backstop. Nice fight here from Gregoire. Clunan 6'2", 195.
You see the defense in no double situation here. Both the corner infielders guarding the lines, and as you mentioned, the outfielders playing deep.
Here's the 3-2 pitch again, and he gets him swinging for strike 3. So Clunan, his first batter faced, goes down swinging, and there's one down here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 3, Eric Ramirez.
So Eric Ramirez is now up. Ramirez bats from the right side. Is in Clunan for the first time today. Here's the first pitch, and it's swung through and missed for strike 1. Seven to 6, Newport on top. 1 out, nobody on. Here's the 0-1, and it's fouled off over the stands. 0-2. So Clunan has been sharp. So far, just 1 batter faced, but he got the strikeout, able to battle back after being down 3-1 in the count. Lefty from the windup. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and a nice foul ball off the backstop from Ramirez to stay alive here with no balls and 2 strikes.
Like what I'm seeing from Clunan so far, he's just rearing back and firing. No fear of going after these hitters.
Yeah, you know, a relentless approach here. And pitching like he's got nothing to lose. Here's the 0-2. Nice lunge there, foul ball. Ramirez pesky, not going away easily. And that's what you want to do. 2 strikes, shoring up. Just foul off pitches that you don't necessarily like. And try and get one you can put on the ground or on a line. Here's the 0-2 again. That fastball gets by him for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Dylan Clunan. And they're 2 out here in the 8th.
Just a steady diet of fastballs from
Now
Clunan.
batting,
He's pretty much
the
saying,
designated hitter,
I'm going to
number
throw you my best
14,
fastball. You can try and hit it if you
Oliver
want.
Duff.
Yeah, he's challenging him right now, and 7 to 6, just a 1-run lead. He is not afraid at all. going right after these Wareham hitters. First pitch swinging for Collins is in there for strike one. It is actually Dunn who is up right now. That's from the left side. 0-1, that line drive just a little bit to our right, but is in foul territory, 0-2.
7 straight fastballs from Clunan.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. That fastball's in there for strike 3. Got him looking. Clunan comes in, strikes out the side, and preserves this 7-6 Newport lead. We'll head to the 9th. Newport trying to add to it. You're listening to Gulls Baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. 7-6 Newport on top as we head to the 9th inning. The Gulls will have one more opportunity to add to this one-run lead, and they will face a new pitcher in Matt Cronin. Cronin from UMass Dartmouth will be a senior in 2018. So a nice inning there from Clunan. In the bottom of the 8th, he struck out Gregoire, Ramirez, and Dunn. And did it in impressive fashion. It'll be Austin, Hosey, and Reed, 2-3-4, part of the lineup here for Newport. Trying to, like I said, extend this one-run lead. But how about that 8th inning by the Gulls? Top of the 8th, they score 3 runs to claw back into this one after Wareham scored 4 in the bottom of the 7th. Just pure resiliency.
We thought Wareham might be taking control of the game after they scored those 4 runs, just to have the Gulls answer back and recapture the lead.
So here comes Austin.
For the Gulls, the right fielder, number 9, Cole Austin.
1 for 3 on the night. He walked and had that RBI triple back in the 7th. Here's the first pitch from Cronin, and it's a fastball that misses low, 1-0. See if there's any action in the Newport bullpen right now. It doesn't look like there is. Cronin expected to be out there in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the 1-0. Fastball taken for strike 1. Cronin working from the windup. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball. That one misses low and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
What Dalton Reed's been doing is kind of made us forget a little bit of how good Cole Austin has been as well. 4 hits yesterday, another triple today.
2-1, fly ball center field. Ranging over is Clementi, who makes the grab, 1 gone. Dalton Reed has been hot. Jack Gethings has been hot as well. He has 3 hits, a single and 2 doubles. Zach Hogeson, of course, with that 2-run home run. As here comes Cody Hosey. Hosey is 1 for 4, but he did have that 2 RBI single back in the 3rd. That plated Gethings and Mazza. First pitch curveball from Cronin is taken for strike 1. A 1 fastball gassed him up, and it's fouled to the backstop. Now quickly down 0-2 is Hosey. So Cronin for UMass Dartmouth this past spring had a 0.99 earned run average, 11 appearances, 10 starts, 6-1 record in 63.2 innings pitched. So he worked for that .99 ERA as he gets Hogeson swinging for strike 3, 2 gone.
Now batting.
Led the way on his team with,
hitter,
for
number
innings,
29,
almost 20
Dalton
more innings than the
Reed.
next most on the team.
And he had 67 strikeouts as well, which was first for the Corsairs. 2 down, big swing and a miss there for Dalton Reed, and it's 0-1. Reed had the home run, solo shot in the 2nd, had the single stranded on 2nd. in the third, then flew out to Gregoire in left as that one misses off the plate, 1-1. And his last time up, he had the single and came around to score off the 2-run shot from Zach Hogeson. Cronin from the windup, leg kick and the delivery. Fastball misses low and outside, 2-1. Here's the delivery. Nice breaking ball. Called for strike 2 to even things up at 2 apiece, and it looks like Cronin is wearing his socks high, navy blue with 3 yellow stripes, the middle one being the thickest, and that looks like UMass Dartmouth colors. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one misses low. Now a full count here to Dalton Reed. Back-to-back full counts for Dalton Reed.
Interesting choice of socks with the burgundy and white jersey.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. That one misses inside, ball 4. First walk of the night for Cronin. And with 2 outs, Reed trots down the first baseline. Gulls have a base runner here as Dylan Clunan digs in.
Excuse me, the pitcher, number 10.
For the 5th time.
Dylan Clunan.
Clunan is 0 for 3. He did walk in the 3rd inning. Struck out looking. He's grounded out to second and flown out to left field. But that flyout was hit pretty hard, just right at Gregoire. First pitch, curveball, nice pitch. Dropped in for strike 1. Cronin from the stretch, another curveball, another strike just on the outside corner. 7-6 Newport on top here in the top of the 9th inning. Reed on first, 2 away. Here's the 0-2, and it misses off the plate, 1-2. Newport trying to improve to 4-1-1. Head-to-head against Wareham. 1-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. Clunan goes down, second strikeout of the night for Matt Cronin. And that will do it in the 9th for the Gulls. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th inning, 7-6 Newport on top. Clunan probably back out there to try and close things off for the Gulls. We'll be right back after this brief message here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. 7-6 Newport on top as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Dylan Clunan back out on the hill, trying to pick up the save and give Newport its 2nd win of the season. It's been a back and forth affair between the Gatemen and the Gulls, but a couple of late inning runs from Newport has given them a 7-6 lead. Clunan will face the 2, 3, and 4 part of the Gatemen lineup: Isaac Collins, Dominic Clementi, and Austin Shenton. So Collins does have a 2-run home run. That came way back in the 1st inning of Tyler Madison. We'll see how he fares against Clunan, who struck out all 3 batters he faced last inning.
Collins, a switch hitter, coming around from the right side this time against the lefty Clunan.
First pitch from Clunan misses outside, 1-0. Enright still out there in left field. 7-6 ball game. Clunan takes a long look in. Here's the 1-0, and it's a fastball just on the low and outside corner, called for strike 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one fouled to the backstop, 1-2.
Think he's throwing another fastball here?
You got to think so. It's been all fastball so far for Clunan. Let's try and challenge him.
Hey, go with what works, right?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it is a fastball. This one slicing out of play down the right field line. Keep it here at 1 ball and 2 strikes, 7-6. People are trying to hang on. Bottom of the 9th inning. Nobody on, nobody out.
It's also our first look at Clunan on the mound. I'd kind of like to see what other pitches he has in his arsenal.
Here's the 1-2, another fastball, this one off the plate. Even things up at 2 apiece. Taking his time from the windup. Here's the break-even offering. It's a fastball, chopper right side. Second baseman Plough gloves it, throws it to first, one gone.
Now batting, the center fielder number 13, Dominic Clementi.
So 1 out. Dominic Clementi now up. 0 for 3, struck out twice, grounded out to Plough, and reached on that error from Gethings his last time up. Here's the first pitch from Clunan, and it's taken for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Fastball elevated, got him to chase, tipped it a little bit. But it moves to 0-2 here on Clementi. And Clementi, center field, a little bit of trouble in today's game, trying to make up for it here at the plate. Down 1 run in the bottom of the 9th.
And we saw Clementi struggle to pick up the ball on several different occasions in center.
0-2 misses low. But Clunan has been sharp all around the strike zone. On the edges, 3 strikeouts already.
Clunan hasn't wasted much time with the batters, kind of just going right after him.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball inside out swing, slow chopper towards the shortstop Gething. Fields it on the run. The throw is in time at first place. Nice play there by Gethings, able to charge it, make the throw on the run to retire Clementi for out number 2.
That sounded like our first broken bat of the night.
It comes with now 2 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Wareham is down to their final out. Austin Shenton digs in. Shenton has walked 3 times and struck out once. He scored the last time he reached the base in the 7th inning. Clunan trying to finish things off. First pitch, this one hopper towards Plough, gloves it on the hop, sidearm throw, it is in time. And the Newport Gulls win this one 7-6, improve to 4-1-1 head-to-head against the Wareham Gatemen. And it was a back-and-forth affair, but the Gulls are able to improve and pick up their 2nd win of the season. Won't count towards the NECBL standings, but certainly was a sweet one at that. We'll take a quick break and be right back with the post-game wrap-up here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Tuesday the 12th, and
Stay tuned for the Newport Gulls.
So the Gulls pick up the win here in Wareham, Massachusetts. A final score 7-6, and it was a fun game here as Dylan Clunan came in and was able to record the save. And Tyler Madison with the no decision, but he was sharp during his time on the mound. As we look at the scorebook real quick, for Newport, they scored first with the solo home run from Dalton Reed. They scored 2 more in the 3rd inning thanks to the RBI single that scored Gethings and Mazza. And then just the 2 runs scored by the Gatemen off the 2-run home run from Collins. That was all they scored until the 7th inning, after Newport made it a 4-2 lead. The Gatemen came back and scored 4 runs, a 2 RBI double from Dante Baldelli, and then the 2-run home run from Luke Roskam. But Newport was not done. They battled back and showed their toughness. They scored 3 runs in the top of the 8th. The single by Dalton Reed, the 2-run shot by Zach Hogeson, and the sacrifice fly from John Mazza. And then Dylan Clunan, like we said, struck out the side in the 8th and was able to induce 3 ground balls in the bottom of the 9th inning for the Gulls to pick up this 7-6 win here in Wareham. Arm, what a game this was, and it shows us a lot about what this Newport team is made of.
Absolutely. The goals, every time they fell behind, it seemed like they were only behind for about 2 minutes, and they'd always come right back and recapture the lead. 2 straight days now from the Gulls that we've seen them show a ton of fight, every time it seems like the momentum's shifting the other way, they recapture it. And I think it goes without saying that this Gulls offense can match up with any team in the Northeast, let alone any team in the NECBL.
You know, they just did a great job all night long battling and showing their toughness, and you see Coach Coombs right now just excited about the way his men have played so far this season. And they improved to 2-1 in the season, but that's overall. In the NECBL, they're still 1-1, but looking forward to tomorrow's game against the North Adams Steeplecats. It should be a good one. They are riding some sort of momentum here. Again, tomorrow night at Cardines Field, Newport will face North Adams on Town of Middletown 275th anniversary night, where 250 Middletown anniversary t-shirts will be given away courtesy of the Town of Middletown. For RM Layton, I'm Dave Peck. We will continue the post-game show here in Wareham just after this break here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Dave Beck here post-game with the Newport Gulls player of the game, Jack Ethings. Jack, you were 3 for 3 with a walk, including 2 doubles. What was working here tonight?
I was just trying to see pitches, get good swings on good pitches, and not try to get myself out. And I think as a team we swung the bat well and provided with us a win.
So Newport in just 3 games has shown a couple different ways to generate runs. Of course, the 11 runs in yesterday's second inning, and now here a back-and-forth affair. What have you seen from your teammates and yourself early on in this season?
Well, I think we just got to get guys on base because we could put runs on the board with one swing. We have a lot of guys in the lineup that could do that, so we're just trying to get runners on base and make things happen.
How much does this game, this win, mean to the team and carrying momentum forward into North Adams tomorrow?
Oh, it's huge. Coming down to play a Cape Cod team, we want to play hard, and we got the win, so we want to keep it going.
Best of luck the rest of this season.
Thank you.
Jack Ethings from Fairfield University. And we'll wrap things up in just 1 minute here on the postgame report on Newport Gulls Network. Newport is able to pick up the win here tonight in Wareham, Massachusetts, with a final score of 7-6 over the Gatemen. They improved to 4-1-1 all-time versus the Cape Cod League team, and it was a back-and-forth affair. Newport was able to come back with 3 runs after the Gatemen took the lead in the bottom of the 7th inning. Newport will turn the page on tonight and look forward to NECBL action tomorrow when they face the North Adams Steeplecats. First pitch set for 6:35 p.m. on Town of Middletown 275th anniversary night, where 250 free t-shirts will be given away courtesy of the Town of Middletown. For everybody working this broadcast, Tom Lima, Shannon Carlson, RM Layton, and Nick Bello, I'm Dave Peck. So long from Wareham. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.